All right, so it is now the morning of Saturday, so like right after midnight, and we have some things that need to happen tonight. I would actually like to. We don't have to do any hunger rolls or anything like that because it's the same night. Just to let everybody know where I am at. If anybody has any discrepancies, we can talk about that now. Levi, I have you at 1 hunger because you've been pretty well fed through this whole thing.
That seems right.
Lorenzo, I have you at 1 hunger. Paul, I have you at 2.
And 2 ag.
And 2 ag, yes. Well, yeah.
5 days on.
Hattie, we have you at 1 hunger.
Probably.
And you're torpid.
Yeah.
At 500.
You're at 5 hunger and 0 health at this point in time.
That's not a good place to do that.
Really not.
I really enjoyed running your frenzy.
Yeah, that was fun.
Really sad that I missed that scene.
It was actually a pretty
nearly
intense scene because Daniela's down at the bottom of this, like, basically government facility, like snooping around and stuff.
Abandoned.
Yeah, abandoned. And Daniela, she gets down there roughly but safely.
Okay.
Like to the bottom, because it's 5 stories straight down.
Improvised rappelling.
Yeah, basically took one of those
Okay.
took one of those massive cables that plug into like the huge generators they use at construction sites and kind of rappels their way down. Yeah. And then Lorenzo goes
Quadruple lot
and
gauge.
trips
Yeah.
as soon as he climbs down, and I was like, okay,
He
win
failed twice.
at a cost here.
Yeah.
I was like, you are either going to fall 5 stories and take all that damage when you land, which is superficial, but
But it
still
is 5.
a lot, or take an ag. 1 ag, as you catch yourself and burn your hands all the way down to the bottom.
That's a pretty fair deal.
I thought it was a fair deal. But the scent of the blood in the air, because of that, sent the hunger of 5 over.
It was already kind
It's
of
still better than me
wobbly.
hitting the ground
Yeah.
with no health levels and her still being...
I was also already wobbly because of other things going on. And then, yeah.
And then she jumps at him to bite into him, and he backhands her for 8 damage. Just whack!
Oh, just a little smash.
Superficial.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then he's like, okay, I'm going to pull this next punch as her, like, arms this way, and she's, like, spider crawling at him.
Ew.
I only have 5 health.
She went bestial completely.
And-
she frenzied.
That's
He has potence.
I figure she's a scrawny little thing. She's not going to try to, like, fucking...
Danny's a nerd.
That sounds fun.
That was fun. That could have been bad.
It could have
So
been
you
really
two played
bad.
tennis. You got to be the ball.
Yeah. That's what I'm hearing.
Pretty much.
It's more like handball.
Yeah.
Just smack against the wall.
So,
Hope it bounces back.
yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty
So,
bad.
so Lorenzo has a situation on his hands now.
So, as much as I would like to get to that, and we do have Whistler coming, because you called him,
Yep.
I do want to start off with Paul tonight.
Yay.
Paul, you have some things that you're attempting to do, and we've had some fun ideas back and forth out of character with this.
Yes. Which I should have written down some.
Well, I really figure a lot of that would have been conversation that you'd be having with John,
With the various...
with John,
movers.
yeah, with Tommy, and
With the
Moses.
influencers.
Yeah, the movers and the shakers.
Go over to this guy. He looks like that. Now, first thing you do, walk up, you shake him!
So, you have some pretty intense dealings that you plan on doing because you are a grudge master. And
all day.
what exactly... Yes, and you're actually active while the sun's up, too, through this whole thing. So what exactly are you doing to Anaroma?
See. We gotta get on down to the county commissioner's office.
Okay.
And we're gonna need to stop by the fire marshal, the police, the health department, the zoning board. We're gonna have to spend some considerable time over the zoning board.
Yeah, you got some influence pool to do. Mm-hmm. And I had suggested, because of that whole you owe me factor that the milliners typically have.
That's right. Sorry. First, we have to go stop by our enabling act there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have to... What was his name? That background guy who's pulling all the strings.
Ah, yes.
We got to stop by his place.
Yeah.
Real quick.
We have a Brandon Carpenter was his name. Brandon Carpenter. I'm going to go ahead and write that down so I don't forget it because I just pulled that name out of my ass. Okay. So Brandon Carpenter is the head of the licensing department bureau, and basically all that is bureaucracy within Portland.
I need to go pay him a visit.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Okay.
Moses, would you be so kind as to get the car?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. We got to go down to Brandon's.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this a fast forward in time for you? Is this the next morning?
Perhaps, yeah.
Because this will be on Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, then I can't really get any of the other stuff done until then.
Okay. So, Saturday morning, you're heading down to his office.
Oh, yes, most certainly.
Okay. You're going to be let in, bare bones staff, that morning. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and say, since you've been planning on doing this for a while, let's go ahead and say that this was on Friday morning. That makes a little bit more sense with bureaucracy and all that. They're not going to see you on Saturday.
No, they're not going to be in on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's for very sure.
So you're gonna.
So yesterday morning,
you get in, and they'll show you in, and it's an interesting looking guy. He's wearing a suit. It looks like he's trying to get his fine points done in the morning. First, he's got the suit jacket, but his shirt's undone. His tie isn't tied all the way. He looks like he was maybe in the middle of brushing his hair when you walked in. He looks like a hard-working guy. There's actually a blanket thrown over the side of one of the couches. It looks like he slept at his office last night. So, Mr. Milliner, correct?
certainly.
Do you need anything?
Limping in on the cave with the cast.
You're not going to have Moses Willie in?
Oh no, I wanted him to see this.
Okay. How can I help you?
Well, my friend, that's exactly what I was hoping you would say. Because I think you could.
Okay.
Because I've been having a terribly rough week, you know. Gesturing at the leg.
Uh-huh.
Aren't you going to ask?
I'm very interested. Yeah, I don't have... Yeah.
Yes. Well...
Moses is just wandering around his office looking at all the things he has on his wall.
Well, as you know, I work with the coalition of local businesses that are very active in...
Oh, yeah. No, your name,
financing.
Mr. Milliner, is pretty prominent.
Yes. Well, we're not without competitors, you understand.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, and those who envy us and wish us, and apparently wish us ill with a great deal more enthusiasm and extrajudicial prejudice than really we think is tolerable and practicable in a city.
You saying one of your... Really?
Well, I don't think I said quite exactly that if you had to review the exact details of this conversation with anyone. But nonetheless, there are a couple of people and businesses who put a bad name on the city of Portland. They're bad for business.
Mm-hmm.
They're bad. I'm sure they're bad for the taxpayer as well. And I really do think that the role of a strong and upright local government is to prune the garden in these sorts of affairs and make sure that the bad elements are discouraged in just every way that's possible.
Okay. So, who caused your problem here, Mr. Milliner? I'm gonna hit the fan if nobody minds. It's hot.
Well, I don't think the very tip of the finger there is anything that we can really concern ourselves with, if you understand. They're just following orders from much further back.
Okay.
But there is a business at the address of the Penny Diners Club, for instance, and a few more here and here at different addresses.
Can I get a wits plus insight?
Certainly. 2.
Because I know you've got high
and
insight.
Yes.
You're gonna catch Mr. Carpenter off guard for a second there.
Oh, power of the... And... 4.
4 successes, okay. As you're talking, he's typing. He's like looking stuff up as you're going. It pertaining to you. Mm-hmm. He's not trying to like, dear diary, or anything like that.
Big day.
Big day. Dear diary, I lost my diary, so I wrote this entry on both my Kung Fu Panda 2 DVDs. No, he, as he's typing though, when you give the address, he visibly gets shaken. He stops typing for a second, gulps, and then goes back to what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. So, yes. These businesses all share common investment.
All right.
Which is me attempting to be somewhat subterfuge.
Okay.
Now, you know how reliable we've been supporting you. And we just need a little bit of your help with this issue, and that support is assured for quite the foreseeable future.
All right. Mr. Milliner, how are your evenings?
Relatively free.
Relatively free. Would you mind... We're just getting the day started, getting the ball rolling, lots of things to do, and this is a big matter. This is a very big
Certainly.
matter, especially if things like this are happening, and most of them just towards your cast, your shoddily made cast. Would you mind coming back tonight, say 9 o'clock? I'm
checking this guy because my immediate suspicion is he'd like to wire home. Is he getting ready to wire home to his other owners before I have this talk with him? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7
successes. 7 successes get you... 7 successes get you a reflection on his glasses. Mm-hmm. You can see a photo not too far off reflected in his glasses of him shaking hands with someone. The reason that reflection catches into your glasses, or into his glasses, though, is because he looks over to it for a split second. Mm. He does seem to have this, like... He's talking like an employee who thinks he needs to go get his manager.
And who's the reflection?
Well, you've got some pull within the city politically and bureaucratically. So why don't you just go ahead and give me a intelligence plus politics if you have it? one success. You have no idea. It's a guy in a suit. It's almost like one of those like pictures you see in the movies where it's like, hey, look, he's shaking hands with the president kind of thing. Like it's yeah. Don't really recognize the guy, but he seems important. Would you mind? Because we can actually put some more like detailed thought into this. I don't have to rush anything.
I'm very obviously looking at it. It's a very nice photo. Friend of yours?
Yeah, he helped me get established.
Perhaps I should meet. Maybe I should meet this friend of yours as well.
I can make sure he's there tonight.
Outstanding. Well, I do very much appreciate your time, and I'll see you at 9.
He shakes your hands and asks if you need your parking validated.
Moses, could you?
I'm about to kick this.
And we'll go ahead and do a little bit of a time jump on that one. Back at the same office.
Present time.
I'll say that's where he was during all the shenanigans that went down last
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Serial experiment lane.
So, around 9 o'clock, you end up walking back into the same offices. Except this time, there's no receptionists at the desk. It's very dead. This office closed at 6 o'clock. The last employee probably left around 7. But a guard unlocks the door and lets you in. Says, Mr. Milliner, we've been waiting for you. Allows you in. Moses is with you, I assume. Johnny? Tommy, I mean?
Depends what he's up to. I'm not sure what
Well, he can either be with you or he can be with John. Or we can set Moses with John. Which of your two would you like with you? Your sire or your retainer?
Tommy.
Tommy?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll leave
So
Moses
Moses is
with
with
John.
John then.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
We waited until 9. Tommy's coming.
okay. You guys go in.
Besides, it's probably stylish in a adventurous sort of way to always show up with a different henchman,
Possibly.
ally, something. You never show up to the party in the same clothes twice.
So, you get brought in. The office that you met this guy on before was on the 2nd floor. You are going to the 15th floor tonight. You get brought in, and it's a very interesting office. Very simple, 70s style decor. Lots of earth tones, browns, oranges, whites. It's an interesting, kind of sickening office, but it's official. It's a couple decades past your own. You walk past, or you hobble past a large reception area that has modern computers and all that, but everything, including the large brass work clock on the wall, which is literally just notches for the time and hands in the wall itself.
Look at us. We paid a lot of money for very little clock.
Exactly. It's also kind of interesting that, like, as you walk through and you see the various offices here, there's just a lot of there's a lot of different styles in each office. You're in the Empire Building. It's not the Empire State Building, it's just called the Empire Building. And when you get taken to this office, there's 2 men in conversation. There's one sitting at a chair in front of a desk, not behind the desk, but in front of the desk. And there's the other, which is Mr. Carpenter, who you were talking to earlier. And then there's the one who he's speaking to, who is sitting, like, leaning on the desk itself. And this room is very interesting as well. There's a lot of wood paneling in the room. Hardwood floor. Full whiskey bar. Like out in the open. It's not even hidden. And huge window, floor to ceiling, wall to wall, that looks right over Portland. You can see at least 3 of the bridges that cross the various rivers in view. And crowning the mountain, the Pittock Mansion off in the distance. And when you walk in, you hear Tommy stop short. He breathes in for a second. And Mr. Carpenter looks over his shoulder at you. The man who's sitting on the desk hops off, walks over, big grin on his face, and goes to shake your hand. Mr. Milliner?
Pleasure to meet you, Mr.
James Merrick.
Merrick.
Yes. Why don't we have a seat here? And he'll wait for you to get situated.
Actually, do you mind if I pour us?
No, you want a drink?
There, certainly.
Really old bottles.
Yes. The sort of thing where even if your meeting is a complete failure, at least you got to drink the good shit.
So you're with Tommy here, and he walks over, shakes his hand, kind of like pats him on the shoulder. And Tommy has this like, they shake hands like equals, but like when he's standing next to Merrick, Tommy looks like a 10-year-old child.
Well, Tommy kind of always looks like a 10-year-old.
So to you, yeah. But you can really see the youth in this kid as he's standing next to this tall business in human form.
It's a suit that found a person to wear around.
But he shakes Tommy's hand, pats him on the shoulder, he looks over at you and goes, I figure you're in the know since you're with Tommy here.
Oh, you might say that.
Without turning around, he goes, take a drink, Brandon. And he reaches over and shakily grabs the glass of whiskey that's in front of him, holds it with both hands, and this man is terrified to be in the room with you right now. Mr. Carpenter is not happy. And he'll walk around and use a coaster, Brandon. And sits down in his chair, puts his hands behind his head, and so
perhaps I started a little below the chain of command.
oh, you went exactly where you should have gone.
Ah, fantastic. So, having a little trouble with Anna.
Okay. Let me.
I don't know how much you've heard.
Where is my not fucking surprised notebook? I was told that you got roughed up. Is this a gaffe, or are you actually?
Oh, well, it's very legitimate. Rhino hit it with his bat.
Rhino. You got hit by Rhino.
Yes. She had Rhino hit me in the leg.
You know what that stands for, right?
Enlighten me.
RYNO. It's rip you a new one.
I can. If you find your notebook, I think mine's somewhere near it.
All right, Milliner. I am assuming you are related to the Giovanni.
You could say.
Cool. The Hikata, as they are being called now.
You're
I've
wrong
known for a while. Okay. So, I gotta know what you were planning on doing. He seems amused beyond all.
Oh.
What exactly were you planning on doing to Anna?
Whatever I could, really.
Okay.
everything I could, really. I mean, I wouldn't be entirely disappointed if it ended up in the very classic. It may be a cliche, but cement shoes.
Wow, you are going full-blown Puttanesca.
I know several
Cement
Puttanescas
shoes.
who could probably help.
Cement shoes.
We had a deal for a 45% share, and then that became a literal leg breaking.
Okay,
I'm very unthrilled.
are you talking about the diner?
Yes.
She doesn't own it.
Who owns things themselves?
Her kid.
Yes.
Her kid owns it. Good kid. Not like his sire at all.
Well, that's good to hear.
Okay. I might seem soft when I say this. I would like to see that kid do well.
I don't think I've
Just because this is his idea.
I don't think I've seen or heard of the thing that he's done to me.
Now, Anna's sire skipped town a few months ago. He did that because he got an in with another city to move up the line. I think he's acting as a seneschal or something now. He was primogenitor here. Anna took over. I didn't like her sire. I don't like her.
I don't think the
I think
sire
she's a
did
bad
anything to me
influence on
either.
a lot of the Toreador in the city.
No, I have a fairly confined opinion. The responsibility lies where the decision is made.
Okay. So you want to go after Anna Roma. And you're going about it politically. You're using the bureaucratic method, which I incredibly amused by. You want to go after the antique houses in the city. She's a huge antique dealer. Specifically Russian antiques and things like that. You really want to go and attack them. That's where you want to go.
Well, I think I could rather easily get that list assembled.
Mm-hmm.
But by the sound of it, I suspect that you already have it profiled out in more depth. So, yes, I tried to go about it in a bureaucratic way.
Okay.
What's your opinion on that?
I like it. I think it's funny. I do. Kindred tend to have this mentality of they own business. That they are a business, that humans wouldn't be able to do it without us. And when they fall on their face, I laugh. Quite a bit. And Anna Roma's just waiting for that trip.
And the results should be quite hilarious.
Completely agree. So what's your end game?
Well, I've explained one possible end game there, but
Cement shoes, yeah.
yes.
Eventually,
but
eventually, the individual who does not breathe chips out of those shoes.
but
And then you got a pissed off, soggy Toreador.
unless it happens during the day.
Or you drop
That's really the worst part, is the shoes.
That's, so you're actually talking final death.
I wouldn't find it completely out of place considering the rapidity and completeness of the betrayal involved. But at the beginning, at the very least, yes, I would like to go about things bureaucratically.
Okay. What's your
So,
first step?
antique stores. Well, I think that depends a great deal on your opinions in this matter, which sounds like depends on how amusing you think that things might get. Because I believe that your cooperation is going to be highly useful in this venture, if not completely necessary.
Anna led to the death of my best friend's child. I would like to see her join him so that he can smack her himself.
Outstanding.
So you have my full support. You could say I owe you one.
I could. So, I had in mind a campaign of sabotage, depending on how thoroughly I could inveigle the cooperation of local agents.
Okay.
There's any number of things that can happen to a business, as I'm sure you know how fragile they are.
Mm-hmm.
Simply losing the computer record of the business license payment can close a retail establishment for weeks, much less health department proceedings for restaurants and that sort of thing. Any type of fire marshal thing, entanglement can render a building, say, suitable for only a single occupant at a time, which greatly constricts business. And any of these can be brought up by the most innocent snags of paperwork, loss of paperwork, or the sudden arrival of any type of inspector, including electrical. Just to begin with.
Okay.
Further than that, you have things like non-payment of property taxes, which I believe in this state is grounds for, if someone else were to happen to assume them, the seizure of property for non-payment and escheat to the other party. By the book, they don't care who pays the property taxes as long as somebody's paying them.
Agreed.
That person's the owner. And who really paid the taxes? Who really did the inspection? How wide is the doorway after all? These are the things that are determined by the person holding the tape measure, the person who has the pen and the book that the records are kept in. No charge need be true if it's substantiated by evidence, no matter how wet the ink on that paper is. And I can process a lot of paperwork. If those pages are simply inserted into the correct ledgers, everything will proceed naturally.
What exactly does your business do, Mr. Miller?
You might say we're in the grocery business, if you understand that quite completely.
Yeah, but I understand like a lot of bureaucratic paperwork goes back and forth through your stuff too.
Well, there's always family affairs, you understand.
Yeah. Do you ever buy new accounts?
Buy new accounts?
Yeah.
In a financiering sort of way, or
Yeah.
occasionally?
Cool, because I happen to know that there are a couple of accounts that are of interest to Miss Roma that are currently up in the air for purchase.
Are there?
Yeah, see, they were owned by a Salvador Pudnesca.
With whom I'm familiar.
And he recently had some, he has some need to unload some of these assets.
It certainly does.
Such as a couple of properties that some antique houses are put in.
Oh, does he now? How amusing. You said these are on open market?
They are currently for sale, yes. I'll put them that way. Buying debt.
If I were to find out something of that nature, I would ask who I needed to speak to about, though.
You would actually have to talk to Merrick Financing and Holdings.
Merrick Financing and Holdings.
Yeah.
I do believe they might be receiving several offers in the mail.
Now, they're a pretty shrewd company. They've been around since about 1885. And they've got some hold in the city. There's one area of the city that they do not have hold in. And I happen to know that the owner is very interested and nothing hostile, but open a line of communication. It was somebody who possibly might have political ties in the Pearl District. Or not in the Pearl District, in the New Orleans District.
In the New Orleans District. Oh, yes.
So if you know anybody who happens to have ties with political parties within the New Orleans district, we might be able to work out a very fair payment process to get you some of those titles and deeds to some of Roma's assets.
Of course, I'm sure it would be considered a bit of a service and finder's fee sort of situation in this. But I do believe that I could make an introduction for you.
That would be great.
I'm very much looking forward to it then.
I think we can do business. And he will.
At noon.
And he will raise a glass.
I will raise a glass of his whiskey.
His glass is kind of interesting. There's that separation of fluids where you can see the thin layer of whiskey sitting atop a much thicker, redder liquid towards the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I need to go talk to Whistler.
So we can go ahead and say that you get out of that meeting by around 10. Is there anything else that you need to do?
I need to go talk to Whistler
Okay.
and buy some concrete.
We keep a warehouse
You
of it.
you
I
might
know
be
you
talking to
do.
Whistler about the same time he gets an interesting phone call.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes, the role, as far as Andy goes, is pro bono for me.
You want to shoot her in the back of the head for me? You seem to be pretty good at that.
We all have our gifts.
You should take that as a specialization.
Back of the head. Execution.
Firearm specialized decapitation.
Specialization execution.
Decapitation!
Dude, you don't need to double tap with a rocket launcher. I'm just saying.
He didn't know how old Sal was.
I would have done it.
Oh my God.
Better safe than sorry.
No, definitely. All right,
Number 7 or something,
before
right?
we move back on to the drama that is the whole, what else do you want to accomplish?
Down in the pit. Oh, now I got to talk Whistler into talking to this guy, man.
How do you get a hold of Whistler?
Oh man, I know where his shop is. I can just show up and see if he's there for starters.
Okay.
So
So
back to letting Moses push me around or some crap.
when you get to his shop, before you get to open the door, he is coming out. He looks like he's in a bit of a hurry.
This seems like one of those turn around and walk and talk.
Possibly. Paul?
Whistler, well, something seems to have you in a bit of a hurry.
Yes. Daniela has gotten herself into a little bit of a trouble, and it's on McCarthy's territory, so I need to get over there right now.
I see. Gosh, come with.
Roll
The
this
family is family.
So, yeah, he's
I actually wanted to talk to you, but that can wait.
okay. So you're at your store.
I'm gonna stick my head out of the door of my shop.
There's
What are
suddenly
you two up
commotion.
to?
We may have to.
We have to help the family member.
Daniela needs assistance.
All right, hang on. She'll snatch one of the random kids, shove a $10 bill in the kid's hand. Don't let anybody rip off my shop. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Do me a favor. Give me give me like an Oh, I've got all the sheets.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just jumped into the story. Didn't even think.
Well, I haven't had to roll much, so.
Do you need Lorenzo?
Sure.
I have no dice.
I just jumped right into it. Sorry.
Are these your normal dice?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Okay, where is... There it is. Alright, there you are.
I don't have my hands. Crap.
Alright, and manipulation plus leadership. If you got it?
Give me
Oh,
something
two,
better.
Huh? Give you
two
something
skills?
better.
That would be 2 skills?
Yeah.
Manipulation is an attribute.
Oh, dirt. Yep. Never mind.
I'm still down here.
Intimidation works. Manipulation plus intimidation.
Really?
I'm trying to give you something.
Whatever.
Power of the blood.
No.
No?
Fucking nothing.
Okay. Remember your hunger next time. You just have one. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. How much damage could the storyteller do with just one hunger?
Right? Yeah,
How
no.
much damage could you do to a small child?
Oh, dear God.
So, you guys are heading out. Where would you be at the moment?
If it was that night, I'm at McCarthy's in the trailer.
Oh, that's right. You're at the trailer. Cool. So, you're in the trailer. You're in the hole. You're in the hole. You guys. Okay, so... So, Paul...
Down in the pit. Mm-hmm.
So, Paul, Tommy, Whistler, and Hattie are all
No.
bolting out of the...
Soon.
Are all bolting out of the New Orleans district and going over to one of the parking garages that are right outside of the downtownish styled area, the party area, to get into Whistler's avocado green hearse that he drives.
Oh, yes.
So
You laughed before you knew how
Huh?
kick-ass
That's
it
awesome.
was.
that's awesome.
That's
It's still hilarious, but it's awesome.
Oh, he's got an 8-ball for a stick shift.
Yes.
He's an elder that knows how to have a good time. So, but he peels out of there, and we're just heading straight over to the construction site. Technically, over to the ruins of Olympic City. So, anything that needs to be said while we're driving? It's probably going to be a few minutes to get there.
So what's the situation? What do we know?
Daniela found something in a hole. Lorenzo went to assist, and she frenzied on him. She is now in torpor.
Yeah, that tracks.
It rather does.
Yes. So,
At least she's not dead.
Not
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
There was that distinct worry.
We all heard it.
so
Nobody said that.
when we get down there, we see where we're going really far off. The construction site is all
Power's
lit
all
up.
still on.
The Olympic City is all lit up. There's massive, like, police
Street
lighting
lights.
all over the place. And
We're so lucky we're not starting a fire
the
with
front,
the explosion.
the front gate that CERT had erected and had recently abandoned has collapsed down on itself, all warped and pitted. The green fabric that covers it so you can't look in through the chain link on the gate itself, which is on the ground, is shredded and covered in mold and mildew. And there is a chain that is laying on the ground next to it, which is also just
It's a
completely...
little damn fast for Oregon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Since the Unseen. Who has Since the Unseen?
Yo.
There are some interesting wraiths here.
What does that mean?
Maybe 2 or 3 dozen fully armored CERT operatives that are holding very odd-looking big guns in the Shadowlands. They are dead. They are showing various signs of violent death.
Okay, so if I just kick it up a little
That'd be
bit with
our fault.
heightened senses and try to focus in on maybe potentially how did they die, because that's sort of my area.
You have heightened senses and sensitivity?
I do, in fact.
That is such a good combo.
It is, in fact. Should be like, oh, some shit's going down. Let me really take a peek at it.
There's a few people who look like they were slashed with some severely large blades. Some people who are taking on the appearance of being mauled by animals. Some people who are taking on the appearance of being suffocated. Various signs of horrible deaths on these people.
Okay.
There was a few months ago. This is ground zero of the gas leak issue that's been going on around the city. This place blew
the
up.
cover up. Okay.
Yeah, the gas, the whole
Underground
gas mains.
main, genius.
You don't-
be a lot
Someone
more careful
down.
just
Yeah, the Hikata don't.
especially you.
The Hikata have absolutely no idea what the hell happened here.
Even
And
though
that's
their
why
main
it's
temple
not-
got blown up by it too.
It
Well,
means
that
we
happened
weren't
a
at
little
fault.
Yeah, well.
That
We
was a
didn't do
different
it.
No,
gas
no, no.
main.
Different gas
So-
This was an anarch siege. Every anarch
Jeez.
in the city, every anarch in the surrounding cities gathered together and
And we
said,
launched
these
a full
hunters need
frontal
to not
assault."
be here anymore. And they took them out. And there were some displays.
Oh.
There were some displays of La Sombra-styled oblivion that elders that have interacted with you in the Hikata have said that they have not seen or heard from in centuries. There are some terrifying things. The entire area was engulfed in shadow. And I mean the entire Olympic city was engulfed in shadow.
Do y'all see this going on the other side? Or no?
Whistler just
Take a
nods.
peek if you can. Whole mess of cert leftovers.
There are, there's a couple of family members that you haven't seen in a very long time here too. Probably run off from the plantation. And as Whistler comes in like range of them, they just take turns pointing in a direction, which leads to the med building.
Oh, we're off. Here we go. Follow the leader.
This is difficult for you if you're in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
This would be difficult for you if you were not in the wheelchair.
This is just going to be a pain in the ass.
This is difficult. Tommy is happy to help, and with his persistence and potence,
He's going to have to.
You might have to be piggyback.
Just, he
He might
may
just have to pick
just
you
about.
up, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Backpack my ass like Yoda.
Yep.
An aroma dead bitch shit.
also
Do you say that? I just need a confirmation.
I don't think so. Sadly,
Oh.
Man.
I know.
Alright. Let me know when I can get up in your character's V's nest, because I'm down. Anyway.
So, flashing back to the trailer. Back in the trailer, over on the construction site.
Back in the trailer on the construction site.
Oh, damn it. You made me make a mistake.
All right, cock goblin. Back in the trailer at the construction site, though, it is just you, McCarthy,
And Daddy.
and your sire, DeLuca. And DeLuca has just been allowing McCarthy to just go off, freaking out massively about
Could you
everything that's going on tonight.
could you
Cell
elaborate
phones.
or explain?
He's blaming
Do we-
DeLuca pretty much on everything.
Can we have the view of the experience of McCarthy having this experience?
I would also like to see the freak out. Yep, everyone at the table wants to see you freak out.
Well, at least we don't still hold a game by the river because, if Tony had to yell at himself, he might accidentally throw himself in.
You know what? I don't want to do that again. And I didn't throw myself in the river. I
nearly threw yourself.
Nearly. I forgot y'all had a cat. There was a meow. And I was like, oh shit, the house is haunted.
Again.
Oh no, you just have
We're doing a Wraith plotline.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to bring a black cat into it again?
Well, I mean...
Okay. Alright. Okay, McCarthy.
What's up there? No!
His face.
You don't want to deal with another black cat
look
without
like you're having a
denibration?
moment.
Let me rephrase that.
Alright.
Fuck no.
My turn. It's my turn. I want to see McCarthy break down. I won't really understand this if you don't more fully explain.
Alright. DeLuca is sitting there with a huge grin on his face, just letting this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't interrupt, doesn't do anything. McCarthy hasn't sat down since the last time he barged back into the trailer. He's pacing back and forth, talking about how all of this is going to fall apart. It is all DeLuca's fault. The goddamn Hekatar, every fucking where he turns around. What the fuck are you doing in my sight?
Me?
Yes, you!
I mean, right now I'm standing in your trailer.
Why were you in here? Is he playing stupid? Or did you choose one that was born while their mother was standing up?
I mean, that's rude, but... I mean, I never liked that whore anyway. So...
The more you don't get upset, the more angry he seems to be. It's like he's using Daunt on himself.
Why was I here?
Do you need an OC reminder?
Do you need
Zombies.
an out-of-character reminder? Okay, just...
I mean,
Sometimes I wonder.
I figured Dad was here, and like...
He looks over at DeLuca.
I would just... And... Y'all probably had some prep stuff. I
Who
wanted
were
to
you
be...
yelling at?
What?
Who were you yelling at?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo was in here.
Was he? I mean, was he though?
DeLuca slowly rises. Alex, take a seat. Calm yourself down. Do you want me to make some tea? Fuck you!
Breathe. That's what I do when I get a little anxious. Like, I just, like, 3 cleansing breaths, man. And really, if the charcoal of that suit jacket, like, matched the midnight of the slacks a little, like, you might not be so stressed.
I need
That's all I'm
to
saying.
hit you.
That's the best physical challenge initiation
There's
ever.
gonna be-
I need to hit you.
There's going to be a striking.
I need to hit you. My character has run out of the mental
Oh, yeah, that's
capacity
what
to use
fell.
words. It's resorted to violence now. I need to hit you.
I need to cause
Going to
some
keep
harm.
trying until I'm successful.
We're gonna take
Or I run out of
3 cleansing
physical
beatings.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Oh my god! Like a vampire. Breathe. Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Breathe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it works.
Huh.
Because you have to really focus on it.
Hold on. Where's the...
It's what you need, Minerva.
Okay, that's that. Ah, yes, here we go. Fleetness.
I hope Levi has a plunger handy and some miraculous.
That
shit
was the
just
wrong
goes
Kindred.
Down.
That was Monroth that went down with the plunger.
I understand. I'm just hoping. It's some crazy shite.
So he's standing on the other side of the table.
I would like to let it be known that I've been holding a broom this whole time.
Where? Where did you get a broom?
I don't know. I was carrying it with
Sweep
me.
in the store. Just brought it.
You rode over on the back of Valentino's
Yeah,
motorcycle with a broom?
I like to pretend I'm a witch. I was riding a broom.
Your eyes are turning brown. You are so full of
It's
shit.
a plastic broom.
That's true. Okay, moving on.
Those aluminum handles.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he is going to strike you.
Yeah, I heard that.
You're not really sure how, because he moves very quickly.
What happens?
With only 5 successes out of that whole thing, though, because of the critical.
Throw it to the floor.
6 successes then.
Oh, 6! I didn't see that one. So yeah, 6 successes.
I don't know, toughness something. I don't know how this shit works.
Wow.
I don't know.
And now
Oh,
your
God.
line is, but I'm cute.
So now I'm running 2 NPCs and Serendipity's character, because
Yeah.
she's too tired to do anything.
I just don't know. I've never really done combat-y things, so I'm really not sure how this works.
I'm not really sure how you would notice him moving. That's actually the big deal.
toughness-
Maybe you can
Just
defend
kinda
Stamina.
a Tony check.
I would actually
This is
say
using,
stamina plus your fortitude.
Speed.
Yeah.
Noticing the first
Stamina
Do I
plus
have to, like,
gatherings of movement
turn toughness
in time
on?
to do anything.
No.
So I thought it's passive.
It is. That's why
I
I'm
just don't know
telling
how it
you.
works.
Yeah, it's passive.
Okay.
It just gives you more boxes
Yeah,
to get
it's
hit in.
it's
Good.
stamina
I
stamina
need
plus
those right now, I'm
fortitude.
pretty sure.
So you're rolling 5 die.
Okay, I don't have any of those because they're way over there. I'm
Just
sorry.
roll
I
seven.
thought I was gonna just be non-existent, but I lied.
You wanted
'Cause
to be in a thing.
I gotta get punched.
You're in a thing.
You wanted to be in torpor. This is how you get there.
Oh, yeah, it's a
I mean,
start.
that could happen if you fail at this like royally.
Okay, so I've got one of these things, right? You
I had
one
hunger.
Okay, and then some of those. What is it? Stamina plus.
Stamina plus
you said?
fortitude.
I'm not gonna win this.
You could. Oh no.
Power of the blood.
You can do that.
Is the rouse check now or after everything?
During. It just doesn't.
I
Take,
failed.
so you get
Doesn't kick
hungrier.
in yet.
You get hungrier
After.
next turn.
Right. Oops. You don't go in there yet. You gotta go in there. Okay. Yeah. That's thanks.
This is the longest punch ever, and he did it with celerity.
It is.
It's like
It's a very long, very
it's-
fast punch.
We're filming this in anime vision. It happened 3 times.
That's dumb.
Okay, you.
Unless we're
I
doing
get
this Dragon
punched.
Ball
Yeah,
version.
sure
You are going to take.
But
You're
that
going to take
means the game
4
session has to last 3 additional
4
nights.
superficial damage. You have them though
Filler.
because they're superficial.
Yeah.
So you take 2.
2?
Pretty
Okay.
sure we're not playing this.
You got punched.
I don't have
We
a
might be.
thing.
I think we're on our second.
What you?
floor.
That's pencil.
Yeah, just. So you take 2 as he just. He's on the other side. He could not physically do that.
Yeah.
But you feel he just backhanded you, and he's just staring at you from the other side, seething.
Are you serious? How did you even do that? Bro, that was wicked, dude. Can you do that again?
Yes, and he will.
I need 2 hunger dice in this roll. Do I still have, like, blood surge? How long does that last?
It's that
It's just
Yeah, it's
it's just
just
per
that
It's
roll.
just that roll. Okay, cool. Get rid of you.
Holy crap. This guy
This guy.
is the critical king.
He's really angry. He's not frenzying. but he's
Six, 6 successes again. I got
Really
like
need
almost
another
the exact same roll.
Yeah.
It's a McCarthy. It's a beautiful one.
4.
4. Okay, so you take
I wanna
1
stick
more.
a Dan in his hole.
I need the pencil again.
Okay, so yeah, you take another one as. Now that you're paying attention to him a little bit more, he kind of like blurs from view, and you feel it again.
That is so cool.
Looks over at DeLuca. You need to do something about this, or I'm going to stake it out for the sun.
Oh.
And DeLuca's just like... DeLuca just kind of shrugs.
Seriously, that is freaking awesome, man. You don't have to do it again, and I'll be quiet. Like, I get that you're real annoyed with me, and I can shut up.
Can you? Because I feel you lack the capacity. He just stares at you for the longest time. He's got like almost
Social
like
challenge.
He's got almost like shark eyes. They're just black orbs.
Do you really want to know why I was here?
Yes.
Okay, see some other people that I know. They're worried about what you're doing out here. And I was like, it's cool, it's fine. Leave him alone, he's doing good work. And they were like, blah, 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 let's sabotage it. So I was sabotaging them to protect your stuff. Because I think what you're doing here is a real humanitarian effort. And I want to see it succeed.
It's going to kill her.
He's gonna sit back down. Like move his little rolly chair back under the table. He doesn't stop staring at you for a good long while. But then he'll slowly get back into conversation with DeLuca. As they're trying to discuss how the loss of Sal is going to affect what is going on right now, and whether or not they could possibly get Lorenzo involved on a more detailed basis and not just as security.
And I'm going to pipe up at some point and be like, yeah, see, he's one of the ones that's kind of thinks you're a little sketch. I wouldn't really trust him if I were you. Hence why I was trying to, like, fight him for you, because I actually, like, I'm here for you, bro.
I'm going to fade out of this real quick. Because this might actually affect what's happening down there now.
Okay, fair.
So, as you guys make your way into
Downtown.
the med building, it's a very interesting scene. Because as messed up as this place is, most of the furniture hasn't moved. Close inspection shows that everything's pretty much bolted to the floor in this place. Which is kind of strange. Like, there's even, like, medical beds that have, like, wheels attached to them that are bolted to the floor. The big thing that really catches your attention, though, is that there's, in the middle of this rather large medical center, is the tiled floor. There's a good 15-foot diameter hole that looks off-kilter from the rest of the floor, which is big enough for a person to actually fit into. And there's a very large cable that has been kind of rough-tied to some of the furniture and thrown down the hole.
I will turn the flashlight on my phone on
Mm-hmm.
and give it just a glimpse.
The hole goes down, and using the flashlight, you can see just raw earth cut. You see what looks like a very large metallic piston. This is some type of elevator.
Okay.
And
There's a rickety looking
you
bar.
also see a very bright light at the bottom. Like the lights of that room down there are on. You can see a
Remind me of any of the
barely-
old mines that Portland used to have. Is this like the old mines Portland used to have?
This could very well be close. Maybe refurbished.
Okay.
With your heightened senses, you can definitely see that there is some kind of metal structure, like a landing zone.
Okay.
And
Well,
that
knows what
cable,
they could be tunneling.
that cable goes all the way down, and It is stories deep.
Not it, but there's some interesting whatnots happening down there.
Whistler gets his cell phone out.
I just did that.
Quick dial.
Oh, you're calling.
And Lorenzo's
We need
phone
more
rings.
people here, for sure.
Hello?
Lorenzo,
Yeah.
there are several of us at the top.
Well, I'm down at the bottom.
Do you see any
Did he just say he was at the bottom?
controls
Yeah, you can hear him.
close to the large metal
You have
platform
nine
that's
senses.
down there?
Mm-hmm.
If he's down at the bottom.
Can you
5
see anything that
doors
might
away, you can
possibly
all hear
activate this large elevator since the power's back on?
I will take a look. Will this be intelligence plus technology?
Yeah. Intelligence plus technology works.
Well, if you guys hear a cat, you should leave this place. And she will step outside and just kind of let this happen, but stand in cloak of shadows around the corner and just keep an eye on.
It is impossible
Really?
to activate Cloak of Shadows.
5 successes.
5 successes. You definitely find it right on the big metal platform that you landed on and gave Daniela her first good whack. You actually do find the control panels, and they're very simply labeled. It's just a lever, up, down. It's not that big of a deal.
Cool. Alright. Well, is the platform that's actually meant to rise up and down, is it actually down on this floor? Or?
No, it's up top. It's the
Okay.
floor of the building.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna activate it and
Okay.
see what
So you just
happens.
pull the lever?
Yeah.
Sorry, but the reason why it's not working is there's just too much light.
Okay.
There is so much light everywhere. It's like the day out here.
Okay.
The lights, to be frank, out of character, these are vampire security lights. These are to make
They
sure
fought Lasombra before.
Fair enough.
these were lights that were installed by hunters for hunters, and yeah.
Well, then I'll just readjust instead of fully going outside, because that's just dumb. She will stand in the crevice of the doorway and just keep a lookout while
Okay.
they do whatever they're doing.
Within seconds of you stepping away from them, the whole floor just kind of rights itself
What
and then starts going down.
frickin'?
And it actually snaps the cord that was down there with a huge shower of sparks.
I did not realize I left it plugged in.
You didn't really have to worry about that because there was no power.
That's true.
Well, she will yelp
An
and hit
extra
the
8.
damn ground.
It's not enough to cause like a frenzy or anything like that.
She's
but-
expecting somebody to come in, like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a comfortable area, so it's already.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just a very deliberate, that 15 diameter circle of tile just starts to lower.
With some small sparks happening off to
Well,
the side, yeah.
for a split second.
Yeah.
Whistler just kind of looks at you. You staying up here?
Oh, I thought I was on the platform.
I was.
Yeah, in case all y'all get stuck down there and you need somebody,
Hmm.
someone should stay up here.
But yeah, Han Solo and the Carbonite. Just going. So,
Kind of just really anticlimactic how slow y'all are going.
I'm just kind of waiting for them.
it takes a
Also,
moment.
Vampires in elevators is always
While I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and bring the 2 torpor bodies I have that,
Okay.
close to where the platform is going to...
Now, just to bring you up to speed, because it's been a little while since we played, you have Daniela.
Yep.
You have this torpid
Yeah.
hospital gown wearing male Kindred. And there's there's also the
clipboard.
thank you. That word escaped everything. There's a metal clipboard with all the information about the dude.
All right,
There.
and I'll grab the clipboard.
Okay.
and just wait for the platform to come down.
Okay.
Are you reading the clipboard?
Figure I can read it once we get upstairs. I don't have heightened senses.
Well, it's bright in here.
Oh, that's true.
All the lights are on.
Yeah, I'll look through
Okay. It is codenamed Cicada. It has a activation code on it, which matches when you go to pick him up. There's a small keyboard inside, like a small pin pad inside like the tube that he was sleeping in. Activation code, it just says MK17. And then a lot of it goes on talking about where they got it, how they got it, how long they've had it. Like, it does go into extreme detail on all those things. He was found in Afghanistan. He was not hostile, and he eventually slipped into stasis, as it's put down, from a hunger strike.
Indeed.
I think the most information you're going to find on it, and I'm sorry, let me pull this back up. I used to have it saved, but then it disappeared. Let's see. It is said to have been treated with Mesporia. That's really all it says on that. By the time you get done reading that, you're going to hear the platform land. And you've got Whistler, Tommy, who's carrying Paul.
No, you did bring everybody.
It was an interesting trip here. So, and he's just walks out looking, this is big. And he's just looking around at what he sees. Now, what you all see when you get down there, for those of you who went, very large computer consoles, this weird pipe with lighting coming through with a lot of almost like dry ice steam pouring out of it. It's a very interesting mix of natural earth meets stainless steel. Like, everything's just kind of been like bolted into the natural earth. You can still see some of the larger rock areas. There's a few large, what look like to be cages. There are some banners hanging from the ceiling. One of them, the middle one, seems to have been ripped down.
I wonder how that happened.
And, yeah.
It looks like a Bond villain there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Dr. Evil is going to come out any second.
Dan's right there, depending where he is. And here is our John Doe, and gesturing toward.
Who's that guy?
You
According to the
wouldn't be able
paperwork,
to see him.
You didn't come
I thought I
down.
could see.
No, it's
You
it's
can see
down
the
and
platform,
over.
and then there's the rest of the room.
Never mind.
the only thing that, as far as identification on him, is they called him Cicada. I hand him the clipboard.
Okay. He takes the clipboard, he takes a look at it. Does any of this mean anything to you?
Not much, other than he was a captive. And
Treated
went
with
on
Mesporia.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Activation. What is this?
Apparently he was locked up in
Does that ring any
some
bells?
kind of box.
Can you show me?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you asking?
Does Mespora ring any bells? Like, is that a medical substance, perhaps?
If you want to roll an intelligence plus science.
And while you're doing that,
Okay.
my character's going to pull up his phone and look it up on Google.
Okay, you got a phone.
Go
It's
ahead,
a real
type it
substance.
in.
It's not going to say, like, used to trank vampires. Like,
Oh, I know. But, I mean... at
the
least I know
spelling
what it
is MASSOSPORA.
The sauce.
Have you tried typing in the activation code? Out of curiosity.
No.
You probably ought to.
What?
We found a kindred who has an activation code. Should we push the buttons?
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm curious.
You have a robot vampire?
Maybe.
No, don't push the buttons. We already have vampires that walk around during the day. Let's not have robots.
So as she's screaming at him not to do it, he defiantly starts pressing in MK17 into the pin pad.
So...
And another little psst.
And then I'm going to show him this.
That's a cicada.
Yeah, but look what's...
Mespora cicadina. Cicadina. Mespora cicadina is a fungal pathogen that infects 13 to 17 year periodical cicadas. Infection results in a plug of spores that replaces the end of the cicada's abdomen while it's still alive, leading to infertility, disease transmission, and eventual death of the cicada. How would you even do anything with it? Why would you even do anything with that?
Why does the government do anything?
Anyway.
What?
He's infected with some kind of fungus.
Well, yeah, McCarthy's studying fungus from all over the world.
I don't know if McCarthy knows about this.
Let's hope he doesn't.
The release of more of the steam from him pressing the buttons opens a panel on the inside, and there are 5 packets of bagged blood that say MK17.
Okay.
That is possibly the most underwhelming activation
Isn't it?
sequence.
I was kind of expecting some type of auto syringe to pop out of the bottom of the thing and inject directly into this guy.
Well,
I've been reading too many books.
I was going to say, it sounds like
robot
the beginning of
vampires.
the
Yeah.
And
Captain America movie where
his
they,
activation code basically
turn him
just
into the super
peels
soldier.
open the Lunchables and wafts it at him.
Okay, so...
We need to check this place, make sure that there's nothing here that's masquerade breaching. Take
I'm
it
pretty
with
sure
us.
everything about this place is masquerade breaching.
Look, a computer. We really need to see if there's anything else here that could get us into trouble.
Well, there's
In some
5
fashion.
bags of blood, Tommy.
Well, these are coming too.
Yeah.
Without much looking around, Tommy actually unearths what looks like a small cooler. Like it's part of the whole display thing for this guy, so that things can be taken with him. And he's able to actually pack up safely and get those bags with us. Okay. So, 5 bags of blood, a torpid kindred. And aside from that, have you seen anything else down here that could be incriminating of anything? Because we could just blame this on Cert, for the most part.
I have not seen anything.
Whistler is going to walk around and look at the very large computers. He looks completely out of his element, does not know what to think of any of this. Hattie,
Yeah.
how are you with computers?
Probably better than you, but
I think you should come down here.
I'm gonna take a look at what he's looking at. I
They're
don't have
just
much technology.
very
but
large. They're very large, unlabeled buttons and switches. It's just it's a bunch of blinking lights and yeah.
well, she'll come down.
Yeah, we'll send the thing up and have you come down. It takes a couple minutes. But you get down there in this massive cavern that kind of looks like a NASA station. What were they doing down here?
Trying to contact aliens is my best guess. I mean, that's a lot. Like, doing shit like this underground, honestly, is a lot of trouble. There has to be an actual reason why it's underground. Says the cat. The cat goes mew. The cat goes.
We could
You said if you heard a cat, you're out.
wake up Daniela. I am afraid to wake her up, however, because of how much damage she looks like she's sustained. Lorenzo, what happened?
I got down here, she attacked me, and I punched her. She kept on
How many
attacking
times?
twice.
With a bus? I know, the Puttnesca are very...
I hit her once. She went flying back that way and then kept coming. After it looked like she broke a few arms.
A few arms?
A few limbs.
She's not a spider, Lorenzo. She only has the two.
It looked like she broke a few bones. And, yeah, and then I had to hit her again. But the second time I pulled my punch.
No, but you're right. She does all that online stuff, all the YouTube, all that. She would absolutely know how to do this way better than we would.
Some of this damage looks severe.
Do you think she can type? Wake her ass up.
He's going to pick up her arm, which is bent in 6 places. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
However, we might be able to remove her from her body.
That sounds safe.
Well, no.
Well, no, it's not safe. But
What I'm saying, though, is her body would have a chance to heal itself over time, and she would just effectively be a wraith for a while.
She'd probably think it was cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're probably right.
She's new. I don't think, let her experience a little bit of everything.
so, are we going to tell her that?
Oh, yeah, we're going to
Lorenzo
fuck with her for like 20 minutes.
Punched her soul straight out of her body.
Absolutely. Yes, why wouldn't we?
Lorenzo, I can only.
We're
see
not
benefit
real
for
sure
you.
how to get you back in,
You know,
sweetie. This thing is a wreck.
This is
Look
how
at
you
it.
could
If I ever
quite a
legitimately
reputation.
learn that ability, that's going to have to be the way I do it. I got to hit them so hard that their soul's just going to pop out.
Like Dr. Strange.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking about.
It's a good movie. It's very good. I'm sorry, are we in a hurry? I was being a lookout, but I'm down here staring at some Batman cave computer stuff.
More of a look in now.
Yeah, I'm gonna look in now.
Okay. Like, seriously, you should. I think you've gotten yelled and smacked enough.
Hey, I showed up. I did things.
Yeah, you got smacked and everything. Twice.
Solve the puzzle, y'all, will you? So we can go back to Chicago or some shit.
Well, if Lorenzo would just go and shoot the fricker. Shot the wrong dude. Let's go. Come on.
No, I didn't. Sound.
No, I didn't.
I really
shoot
didn't.
more
There's
than
more
we
than
got.
one dude who needs to get shot here.
We're waiting.
There are a lot of people
Beating the
in this.
heck out of Daniela. That's not who we're after.
I can see
So-
a few other people you could shoot.
It's a hazing period. Like, the first 12 years are a given hazing.
We're going to we're going to go ahead and time jump for
get
like
us out of the elevator.
just for like an hour
Okay.
as
But there is some comedy genius in here. Should you want us to terrorize
Whistler.
her wraith for a little bit?
No, that's the
Camera.
thing is Whistler is going to
He's got to set up a ritual.
Whistler's going to do a ritual, and this is yet again going to be another one that I'm completely making up that doesn't actually exist in the system. But I would assume that it
Sounds
would
good.
be an advanced ritual, a level 5 ritual, because it was a level 5 level of necromancy in the old system. So I am going to effectively use Soul Steel
Get over here.
in ritual form
Sorry.
on Daniela. There's going to be a very fun necromantic ritual involved in this whole thing, which I will have to write up yet again. I'm just going to have a whole set of necromancy fucking ceremonies that are available.
Yeah.
Link in the description.
Dude, don't make me do it when I do this. I meant in the book.
Link in the description.
Daniela is going to wake. You wake up surrounded by the Hikata that are in this room, which there's Whistler is looking down on you, like down at you. Are you okay?
I've never seen anyone punch that
I-
hard before in my life.
Don't know.
I don't want to frighten you.
I do. Sorry, it's your shtick. Go ahead.
You are no more dead than you already were. However, you have been removed from your body.
You're very dead. You're a wraith now. Just don't go easy on the girl. Tell her the damn, just honest.
It's not permanent.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant by you're not more dead than you were. Your body needs time to heal. You took an extensive amount of damage. And if you look down, you can actually see your broken form.
Oh yeah, you hit me.
A lot.
He hit you very hard.
Danielle,
Yeah.
can you make any sense of the machinery that's down here?
A whole lot of big, heavy duty. How long is that gonna take? You said it'll heal.
Yes? As long as we continue to give you blood, you'll heal.
That's good.
It's just we could leave you unconscious, or we could separate your conscious from your body.
No, it's just very odd. That's all.
Oh, incredible. There's not a doubt in my mind that this is strange.
She'll just walk over and just poke Daniel on the nose. Did you feel that?
What?
Just check.
Computers. They look like they've been dismantled already, to some degree.
Yeah, a couple of them actually have paneling that's been ripped off.
I
So I
took
never
a
had to go to
look.
it.
They
Where
do
is
turn
your
on, but
fridge?
like they're
Your-
complaining
also-
about hard drives missing
Not
and
the-
stuff like.
Yeah, the computers that we're looking at are, like, if you've ever seen, like, recordings from within NASA, those massive consoles,
The
those.
big banks.
Except they're just these, it's a big, almost circular setup. There are a few back panels of these computers that have been completely ripped off. Because
some jackass stole all the hard drives.
aside from the fact that all the hard drives are missing out of all of these computers, the schematics to how the computers work, what goes to where, were that. So, like, you could see where they were. I think somebody already cleaned up most of the Masquerade issues and just didn't notice the sleeper here.
They just didn't notice that they left their subject behind.
I think this
Or-
might be handiwork from the Anarchs.
That's what the
So
raid
you-
said that they
When the Anarchs
That-
attacked,
They didn't
our
know
kind
he was
did
here.
this.
Right.
it's possible that the Anarchs already cleaned up the majority of the Masquerade breach and just didn't know this Kindred was here.
The wraiths upstairs said that it was our kind that did this to them.
Oh,
Is
yes.
incompetent? No.
Well, not finding something doesn't
Yeah, to
necessarily
be
mean-
fair, I wouldn't go looking around for some weird human vampire science project creature either.
Depends on what they were looking
But I
for.
guess
down
we
there.
should. So while we're here, let me just heighten senses, check around a little bit more.
Okay.
See if we're missing anything that might be important.
Cool. That is going to be a wits plus awareness. And I'll let you add your aspects to it. Do not forget your hunger.
I just did it. Okay, here we go. Somebody read
What
the
does
dice
hide?
for someone.
What does
You can do it, Gwen. You
Yeah.
can read the dice.
Since the Unseen look like as a wraith?
Yeah. 4 successes.
That's what it looks like. 4.
You can see us pretty well, and most wraiths can't.
That's fair. Yeah, actually, what is...
I've always said that the way wraiths see vampires is glowing red eyes and a circulatory system if they've just fed. Like, that's all they see. So basically, they see these strange, monstrous circulatory systems that are feeding off their loved ones. So vampires are the boogeymen of wraiths.
Cool.
That's just my own personal headcanon.
It's a wee bit sexy, is it not?
Except for vampires who have, like, necromancy and stuff, and who can call them, and if that's the case, then they can actually see who they're talking to.
Fair.
So
So I
how
get-
many
yeah,
successes?
So
4.
4 successes.
Yes.
Alright, you find some hard copies of notes.
I like notes.
Yeah, you find, like, notebooks and stuff that actually have information about, like, various kindred in the city and like, targets and things like that.
Hello, there's blackmail notes.
So,
Actually, they look like milliner notes. You can probably make the most sense out of all these things, right?
I could take a look.
there's, like, suspected kindred addresses, things that they're involved in.
Looks like they knew a lot
Businesses.
more than we'd be comfortable with.
who was this?
There's a bunch of
Hunters.
Hekata listed in this too.
So let's start out with this is definitely masquerade breaching material. Good catch.
Who was this guy?
Who was what guy?
Cicada there.
I don't know. It says that they found him in Afghanistan.
How's...
Well, if we wanted
It said
to,
that they captured him and he did a hunger strike until he fell into torpor.
we could always try these bags.
Because... It was the wraiths upstairs that pointed me this direction. They said that he was how they knew as much as they did about us.
Well, that could just be physiology.
That's an
It
aw-
might not be,
I
but
say that's an awful lot of specifics, so...
okay. Do we
It's
wake him
very
up
strange.
down here? Do we take him home and wake him up? Do we throw him in the ocean? Like, what is? I find it cruel to just leave them there. Leave him there.
If we
like
wake
that.
him up down here, if there's a frenzy, they cause less damage down here than he would in one of your shops or on the street.
Very true. We don't exactly know what he's
Very
capable
good
of. We don't. It doesn't say anything here what like clan he is.
If he's bad enough to take all of us on at once down here, there's nothing we can do up there to help anyway. So, we may as well just pop the can open here.
Fairly compelling.
It's not my property.
See, we do have the blood bags that they have with them, but we don't know what the government may have put in those blood bags.
That
So-
note was something.
I'm going to
about
use
fungus.
summon soul on
We
you
could
Okay.
check it
so that you are directly visible
find
and
100%.
audible to everybody. So you actually are a wraith who crosses the shroud to this side.
Okay.
I'm going to have Tommy
I can do a blood
take your
check.
body up and put you in the hearse.
Okay.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really
Let's do this.
Weird.
Such
He-
a bad idea.
It feels really weird.
He is going to place Cicada back on the bed in the little extracted tube that came out of the wall. He is going to pull down what looks like a feeding tube that just goes into his mouth. And he's going to hook up one of those bottles, or one of the blood bags that say MK17. When he pierces that bag, like when he connects it and the blood touches the air, the smell is incredible. Does anybody have... What's everybody's hunger at? One. I think you're at 2 now, are you? You're at 3 now? How'd you get to 3?
Power of the blood.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I need you to roll your current willpower. You should be at total will, so that would be your composure plus your resolve.
Yep.
Come on, Gimpy.
Yeah, it's 2.
2? Okay, you succeeded. You're fine, but oh my god, you nearly frenzy at this. That is some damn good smelling blood. And
okay over there?
Told you he smelled good.
3 bags of it go into him.
Sorry about your body.
It'll heal.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 bags into it.
You attacked.
Sorry for trying to bite you.
And then the sensors that are in this tube that he's laying on start picking up brain function. So the little monitor comes to life and shows the interesting way that the brain starts to reactivate. First, it's this red pulsing just in the brainstem, and then it starts going off into the smaller internal areas of the brain. It's erratic and flashing, and then it starts to, almost like a gas spreading into various parts of like a building, starts to reactivate various lobes of the brain, all the different sections of the brain coming to life at different times. And as the rest of it, as the outer bits start to fill up with life and start showing activity, his eyes are going to open. And he just looks around at everybody.
Good morning, sunshine.
Who are you?
Your would-be rescuers, mayhaps.
What's with Casper?
Temporary condition.
He knew immediately what you were.
Yeah, I did.
Dan sneezed too hard.
Well, see-through, I'm assuming ghost.
Seems like you were living downstairs for a little while, and they forgot you when they packed up and moved. So
They
hi.
did so much pack up as move so much as get murdered by vampires.
What sector are we in?
Sector?
Yeah, what sector are we in?
What do you
This
mean
is just a
sector?
hole in the ground right now. That's what's left. You and a hole in the ground, a couple of notebooks. It's the 18th of June.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna have to define sector. Are we talking military talk or are we talking Star Trek talk?
Military.
Okay.
Military.
I don't know. The last time I heard sector was
Well,
on
you're not in
Deep Space
Afghanistan.
Nine.
I'm not in Afghanistan?
No, you're not.
Nope.
You're in Portland, Oregon.
Okay, I'm back stateside,
Yep.
and I'm in Oregon.
Yep.
Yep.
In a hole in the ground. I said that.
Why? And what is this?
Wait.
Well, it's what's
What's-
left of a government facility.
Well, that makes sense.
What's the last thing you remember?
Being in Afghanistan.
Sign up for any interesting projects?
No, actually, I got taken in by the SI.
Well, it says, according to your paperwork, you went on a hunger strike and eventually passed out.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be part of it.
Yeah.
So,
They wanted me to set them up against the Orisha. And no.
Who's the Orisha?
states. Like the Camarilla, but Ashira. Sorry. I thought, yeah, they wanted me to set them against the Ashira.
Okay.
It's like Muslim Camarilla.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well,
We don't know why they had you here.
oh,
They had me here
Oh,
because
they-
they
you
wanted
were
to
a
get
guinea
answers
pig.
from me, and I refused to give them because they just wanted to hurt people.
they were studying you.
I'm not surprised.
They said they.
Anyways. Oh,
Okay, so
do you have a name? All we found under here is they were calling you. Looking at the cicada.
like the bug.
Like
yeah,
the bug.
like the bug.
Yay.
Name's Lorenzo Putinesca, by the way.
Okay. Lorenzo Putinesca.
Paul Milner.
Milner.
Okay,
Addie.
not Italian.
Whistler introduces himself.
Dan.
Dan.
Daniela.
Are you like Slimer?
What?
Like you follow the Ghostbusters around?
Normally a ghost hunter, temporarily a ghost. It's
Complicated.
complicated.
She's had
It's
a day.
yeah. I've had. It's been a day.
Okay.
So appropriate.
Have you seen Levi?
No,
Here's another
I
one.
haven't seen Levi in ages. Or Valentino.
Levi's up in the trailer with MacArthur. McCarthy.
Wait, what do you mean?
Why is Levi with McCarthy?
I have no idea.
What do you mean temporary?
She got caught sneaking around on this property, and she almost.
Well,
he almost got
That's
killed.
what
I'm assuming you're dead.
temporarily.
What does that mean?
Look,
Technically,
that's
sort of.
over to Whistler. So
She's still undead.
yeah,
Just detached from the mortal coil.
oh,
Her body
so
needed time to
basically,
heal,
just
and we needed
pull
question.
the
And you see,
soul out of the
Slightly
body
alive.
for the time being,
with all that.
Why?
There's only one thing you can do.
because the body's a little bit busted up.
I can probably fix that.
What? I mean, it's pretty busted up.
Yeah, he hit her real hard.
Can I look? I was a field medic.
It's up in the hearse.
It's possible.
Could at least set it.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
that'll help
make
it
things
heal
easier.
straight. I would like to.
Your cast
you know,
looks like a 3-year-old did it, by the way. Would you like to come by and I can fix that? Before you have permanent damage.
But I just got everyone to sign it.
you know,
I can't
legs
tell
can
when
heal
he's being
crooked.
serious.
Nobody signed it.
No, all my friends signed it.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'm free on Sunday.
You were. Wait, so you were serving in Afghanistan
Yeah, well,
as a soldier?
okay, I was serving in Afghanistan until I kind of got picked up at night.
By Kindred.
Yeah. And then I spent a few years kind of
Involved in.
Well, okay, so
Over there?
there's a I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you guys.
I don't know if anybody here
Are you
is
guys-
alive enough to care what
Are you
you
guys
tell us.
Cam?
No.
No. Hakata.
God bless you.
Independent.
Independent.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I hear not Cam and I go fuck.
Not
No.
Cam, not Anarch, not Sabat. That's the one.
Okay,
Not Sabat.
cool. I'll trust this group because you didn't know how to properly say that for a second. There was a possible accord happening between the Ashira and the Camarilla.
Okay.
And they
Makes sense.
thought that getting someone from the States would be easier to help with the communication barrier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Frosty the Snowman got surprised.
So, yeah, they ended up taking me, and I hung out there for a few years, getting a little bit of education.
You're going to be an ambassador, basically.
Sure. Yeah, I guess.
Makes sense. And then the hunters grabbed you.
Yeah.
You're probably AWOL now.
Well, I
Well,
was
he's probably
AWOL
MIA.
before that.
Presumed very dead.
Yeah. No, I understand my position. I've had this position for a couple years.
And the great news is the hunters probably think you're dead too because their entire operative is dead.
That's
So-
good. I'm really shocked they didn't just dispose of me as is.
They
Because,
probably,
like,
It doesn't look like they've been
they probably thought
down
you were
here
too
since the place
valuable
got
of a
wrecked.
specimen.
yeah, but I didn't start in Portland.
You've
Huh.
just been carrying you around?
Apparently.
Interesting.
They probably thought you were too valuable of a specimen.
Well, there's
to
a
just do
lot
away
of
with.
really messed up stuff happening over there right now. Like, really messed up stuff.
What is happening over there?
Well, all these really powerful kindred started showing up and just, like, fighting in the streets. Whole villages destroyed.
That's what's happening?
And then there's this one. I heard about him at first, and then I saw some really messed up video footage. It was really grainy. It was digital, but it looked like an old cassette. Like there was a lot of fuzz only when this guy was there. But it was this thing in black robes that was just wandering house to house, consuming people.
Sent the angel of death
Humans,
to the
kindred, everything. And I don't mean draining them. I mean consuming them whole. Like it opened its mouth and it just, like a vortex of darkness, just took everything in and left nothing.
Okay, that's fucking.
That's 10th plague sort of
scary.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's
shit.
a little worse than what I thought was going on over
And then the Sabbat showed up and all hell broke loose. It's
So
just,
that's
it's
where
a
they
war
went.
zone over there.
Oh, the Sabbat were here. What a couple months ago, actually. They were here long enough to blow up a hospital and then leave.
You're still
Oh my
at
God,
Dragons.
Just wanted the Camarilla out.
Didn't they also like send hellhounds through the
the
Elysium or
Elysium,
something like that?
yeah.
I
heard about that.
it's a phrase you don't forget when somebody mentions it.
Fucking proud of yourself? What?
Yes, I am. I am damn proud of myself.
Okay, so what now that you've... I mean, you woke me up and stuff, so I assume you have, like...
Well, at the very least, we wanted to wake you up somewhere safe in case you frenzied and.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that. Completely. Like, anything could happen. I've seen older ones wake up and just tear ass, so I completely understand.
Figured we'd rather have you frenzy down here than up in the city streets.
I would have done the same thing. Smart.
Can you use phone, call somebody, get a ride someplace?
I really don't have anybody here I can call. I mean, if this is a wake up ditch kind of thing, that's cool, and I thank you. I thank you very, very much. But like, yeah,
Figured
no,
you
I
were
don't.
A hostage.
Huh?
We figured you were a hostage.
We didn't know.
So
No, like if this is a okay, we woke you up, good luck kind of thing. I get it, and that's fine. But yeah, no, I don't have anybody I can call.
Now you said you were working with the Camarilla. Are you actually a member of the Camarilla?
No.
Okay.
Ashira, but he was going to be a.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's
to-
weird, white guy, Ashira. Ooh, yeah, but yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm not even.
Yeah,
I'm not even Muslim, so I just,
No, I said it makes total sense. You know all the cultural rhythms to be able to talk to them
yeah. I
properly.
mean, that was the idea.
Um,
You can stay in the shop until you get your bearings.
The shop.
There's a bookstore downtown. Most of us are in the New Orleans district, so
I thought we were in Oregon.
we are. There's a little section for the Hakadah. They kind of leave us alone. It's called the New Orleans district.
Really? The New Orleans district?
You'll understand when you get up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's like Mardi
It's
Gras
homey.
stuff happening every weekend.
Yeah, I get it. Portland's weird.
Portland is Portland.
I mean, that's like the motto of the city, right?
Yeah.
Portland weird. The
Pretty much.
the mayor and his deputy mayor are dressed up like King Arthur and Patsy from Holy Grail and like walk down the street clicking coconuts.
There's like a lot of drinking that happens in town.
Darth Vader in a kilt on a unicycle
With a flaming
with a flaming
bagpipe.
bagpipe. Yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah,
video.
he's around.
We have a good time.
Okay.
It's fun.
So
So getting out of this hole then?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's.
There's
I'd
a
be happy to
lift.
get out of the hole. That'd be a good thing.
Cool.
Oh wait, you got the lift working? Sweet. I don't have to try and climb.
It might be a good idea though.
Just catch
What?
up to that.
I wouldn't be.
Actually,
I gotta try this.
I'm gonna get you guys up. When you guys are back up there, can you toss me back down a rope or something to use as a rope? Because I'm gonna cut power to this place. Because it being activated, we don't know if it's dialing home back to another CERT
100%
facility or
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Sure
don't
we
like
can-
it.
I'm not super concerned if all the hunters just come raining down on this exact location. Are you?
Considering they'll find McCarthy, not so
Right,
much.
exactly.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't really want them back in the city though. Staying.
True.
If I had to take on hunters or McCarthy, I would take the hunters.
Okay.
Can we have neither?
Neither would be best.
Okay. So we're leaving the power on then?
Why not?
He's gonna walk over to his little tube thing that he was in, and he's gonna grab the other bags of blood. Cool. Not to be greedy, but is there any way I can get some clothes? Because the hospital gown thing is not gonna happen for long.
I'm gonna toss him my jacket.
Cool. Appreciate it.
We'll get you something else once we get up.
Awesome.
We were not expecting to find a person down here.
Actually, the
I
other bags
basically
would be
have
in
just
that
a-
cooler. So.
Long, not quite a trench, but probably easily goes down to the knees.
Yeah, I think
coat.
Lorenzo's. I think the picture of him, he's wearing like a pea coat.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
pretty much what I'm giving him. Better than nothing.
Okay.
So, what do we call you?
I'm sorry, Nick.
Nick. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Right. This is gonna sound really weird, but why do you smell so good?
Can you even smell anything?
Not.
It's
He
potent
now that
Kindred.
she says that though, he is giving off an aroma that is just very pleasant.
You do smell nice.
Thank you.
Freshly laundered, or I don't know how to describe it. I really don't smell often.
Sorry. Yeah, like I said it's gonna sound weird, but you know what? Forget I
you
said
guys
anything.
are
It's been a
freaking out the
day.
new person.
Evening, night, whatever.
Okay.
Sorry.
So awkward ride back to the shop in
Not
the
like
hearse.
cheeseburgers smell good, just you smell nice. What? Our lady's not allowed to tell
Out of
us
character,
they smell
you would
nice?
take a bite of this
Yeah.
guy if you had a chance.
I'm not going to tell him that, Tony. Yes, please get in the car. You can stay in our shop. By the way, you smell like a chicken nuggets. I like chicken nuggets. Yeah, no, not going to say that.
Okay. I think I am actually going to go ahead with Jensen Ackles for this guy.
Yeah, you can stay in the shop for sure.
All right, so
Oops, I dropped a book.
so we get back.
I'm curious what the wraiths up top are reacting to having him wandering through.
When you
And
guys get to the top, all of the wraiths start laughing at you.
what? Come on.
I'm getting picked on.
Like,
okay,
all
Dan.
the other wraiths are. What? What's so?
All the other
come
wraiths
on,
are
what's
picking
so
on
funny?
Just love seeing a leech die.
It's.
This
Happens to the
way,
best of us, okay?
yours is only temporary.
I got better.
Not quite dead yet. Not all the way.
Okay.
Well, you will be by next week.
So
Still move. I can still talk.
we we pile into the hearse.
With her body, yeah.
Do you have your own car? Like, do you need?
I do have my own car, but I should probably see how things are going
My
with
car's
Levi
parked over there.
and make sure she's not dead or he's not dead.
Okay.
I will catch up with you guys.
Okay.
You want me to drive
Is it
the
a
car
good?
back?
It would be.
Really?
I don't think leaving it here is such a great idea. If you would drive it back, that.
Her car is parked right outside the front gate.
Tommy, do you want to stick her body in her car in case the police pull us over, and then I can just explain that it's not a stolen car?
I think
look,
that her
you-
body is appropriately in the hearse.
No. Yeah, please leave my body in the hearse. That sounds so weird. You have my permission to drive my car. You're borrowing it from the front.
Nick has this huge freaking grin on his face. This is the funniest shit in the world.
Could you write that out for me?
Just keep my body in
How
the
am
hearse.
I going to use a pen like this?
How am I going to explain to some cop that I'm just, I just borrowed it from my white friend. Just driving around in the middle of Friday night
Down on the
in
ground.
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, thanks.
Not stolen at all. No, she can't come to the phone right now because she's a ghost.
I mean, could they hear me over the phone? Could you hear a ghost over the phone?
Tommy's just like, do you want me to drive the car?
Please.
I have a license.
Thank you.
Somebody.
I have a license. They're not going to
Well,
let me get that far, but I have one.
I mean,
Okay.
it's a junker of
You
a
want to
car.
ride in the
That
hearse,
does
or you want to
not
ride
matter.
in that?
Oh, where's Whistler?
The Whistler is going to drive
It's
the hearse.
it's Whistler's hearse.
The hearse. Okay. Tommy will make sure you safely and comfortably get into the front seat of the hearse.
This is what retainers for. They call shotgun.
Yeah. Okay. Where should I put your car, Casper?
Oh, great. That takes name sticking. isn't
Oh,
it?
yes.
Just where's my where am I going to be ending up for? I guess. I don't know. Probably back at home.
Okay, where is home?
She gives an address.
Okay, so just find a parking spot over at the college somewhere.
Basically, there's one around the corner.
You stay in the dorms?
No, it's an apartment off campus around that area.
Oh, okay, well that's better.
It's near the.
I would
college.
imagine,
It's-
like, if the dean came a knocking, you're
Yeah.
just, dead. Could be kind of hard.
Like I said, no, it's very studenty area, which means it's cheap.
Okay. Cool. So,
It's terrifying.
he's gonna get
What?
in your car, and there's gonna be a
I
whole
don't live in dorms. It's an apartment.
There's going to be a whole hand-to-hand combat with your seat trying to get it in the right place. And then taillights. So, the car that's headed back to the New Orleans district consists of...
This is where we find out that Dan drives an automatic or a manual shift car, and
Whistler,
It's possible.
Whistler, Paul, Hattie, the ghost of Daniela,
Pass.
Nick, and Daniela's body.
By definition, isn't the ghost of anyone
Which-
the ghost of that person pass?
Yeah. So you go back over there.
I'm going back over there because I've already spent way too much time over here.
Okay. DeLuca and Levi are gone.
Oh, he
It's
killed her.
it's just McCarthy.
All right.
What picked you?
And yes, Dan is occasionally randomly cracking up. Because
Fucking kids. Not at this site, but close enough that they were getting too close.
Okay. What are they doing?
Messing around with the old cert stuff because it's creepy and abandoned. You know how they are.
Ghost hunters.
Okay.
Alright, so what next? I see that DeLuca and Levi's gone.
I'm gonna need that physical challenge now.
Okay.
You can roll if you want to.
Shit, your nose!
You can roll if you want to, but the difficulty of my attack goes down to 0. Or, sorry, my difficulty of my attack goes down to 1.
Your difficulty of your attack.
I'm using lightning strike on you.
Oh shit.
Oof.
Okay. And this is... and
Because you were turned in.
Oh boy, that's a lot of dice.
That's like all of them.
Not true. There are 3 hunger dice I did not touch.
That's a lot of dice.
The old character.
oh, geez. I rolled 3 crits.
Cool.
You might need them.
4, 5,
What's your successes?
6, 7, 9. Base of the crits.
9.
Whoop his ass.
No.
He's no longer sitting. And he's right on you with a stake in hand.
Okay.
You got 9 successes.
3 crits plus 2 normals.
What would you do to him if he suddenly was in your face?
I turned that stake around.
Let's go ahead and do one more test. Just because mine dropped my difficulty down to 1, but you got 9 successes. And I'm impressed. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and replace one more of these with hunger. Because I'm not even rolling for rouse checks, I'm just taking automatic failures.
How many dice do I get with my blood rut? Blood
2, I think.
Surge.
surge, yeah.
It's like blood potency.
Yeah, but I think you're at 2.
Then it should get it should be good.
1, 2. You see, that's one I did horribly.
Good.
Wow. Still got 3 successes, but I have a feeling that's not going to be enough.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, that's a
You got 3?
Yep.
I got 9. That's well more than 5.
Mm-hmm.
That stake is going in you and it's finding at your heart.
Okay.
So you are staked.
How did that happen so fast?
Celerity. He walked in the room. McCarthy basically had like a, what took you so long?
Yeah.
And before he had even had a chance to answer, McCarthy was already on the other side of the room with a stake in his chest. But since he rolled 9, I let him have possible reflex action to try to turn the stake around into McCarthy. But I rolled and I got 9 successes to his 3. You need 5 successes to make a stake. And he was using Lightning Strike, which basically drops any difficulty you have to 1.
yeah. Lightning strike is terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
He is the big bad of this section. I can't just let him have basic disciplines, you know. So, you are staked.
Okay.
Now, that would not have happened if you had not been turned in by Levi.
Yeah, I know. But the character did not know that.
Yeah.
And I still had to do what my character would do.
And I appreciate the fact that you did that massively. Now, back at the shop. Whistler's shop is becoming a very popular place to put your injured kindred. On the back couch that Paul was just laying on the night before, Daniela is now laid out on the couch. Her torpid body is just laying there broken in a whole bunch of incredibly impossible and harsh angles. And Daniela also is visible at the same time. I think by the time that we got there, Whistler probably has to use Summon Spirit again to bring you back to this side of the world again. Sal's voice can be heard belligerently from the basement, specifically to you more than anybody else. There's a lot of angry yelling from that basement. Because you can hear into every single one of those boxes.
That just looks uncomfortable. For so many reasons.
Nick is walking around like, all right. When he walks in, this place, he seems very amused by everything that's going on, and all the different stuff in the shop. Do you guys want me to work on her at all, or
I wouldn't mind.
setting some of those bones might be a good idea?
It's her decision. I have to go make sure this kid isn't ripping me off. Count my inventory. I'll be back.
Okay.
So turn and jog over to her shop while y'all work on.
There's no
pots.
kid there.
God,
He took that money and left.
you're just a person. I assume nobody's stupid enough to actually rip off the bookstore.
I seriously doubt anybody did that ripped off the bookstore, but if you want to, let's go ahead and roll manipulation plus politics to see if anybody was dumb enough to rob your store.
Okay.
What's your resource level?
No.
You don't have any resources on your sheet?
No.
Okay.
Why would I? I'm just that neighborhood person.
3 successes?
Yeah.
Nobody stole anything
I
from you.
wish a bitch would.
No, nobody stole anything from you. You're fine. So,
Get my ass whooping stick and go door
Paul?
to door.
do you have anything you want to talk to Whistler about, or are you just too tuckered out?
Oh yes. Well, I guess while we're driving back there.
I really hope this can pick you up.
So, I was speaking to a gentleman earlier tonight
Okay.
by the name of Merrick. Are you at all familiar with him?
Yes, he's one of the Anarch Barons.
Ah, okay.
One of the
He
other.
seemed very interested in speaking.
That's common.
I know, the phrasing struck me as funny.
He seemed very interested in getting in contact with you, and I intimated that I might be able to arrange such a meeting. He apparently has a lot of interest in properties and had some type of proposition for you. All of this arising in connection with the Anna situation.
That actually might be more Hattie. She has more political pull in this part of the city than I do.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose I should ask that then. I just sort of assumed, since you were kind of the senior figure.
I have other things to worry about than what the humans are doing.
Ah,
But I can understand why you would think that. But there's just way too many things happening on the other side of the shroud, especially right now.
Well, they'll start
There's a
raids were fighting spectre-y things.
there's a whole situation happening on the other side. Political issues on that side. They have leadership like we do.
I'm generally aware. I just have never seen it.
But yeah,
Paperwork.
do they have paperwork? No. It's more feudal. It's very dark agey when it comes to their leadership. But yeah, you might actually specifically want to talk to Hattie about that. Oh, nice, cool. In the other room, are you hanging around while Nick is
kind of curious? Yeah.
Okay. You are very lucky you are not in that body right now.
Yeah, like I said, she's just
The sounds that your body is making is very similar to my dice at the moment, as he's popping things back into place. Like, you really feel like it should hurt you, even while you're just watching it. Like, I'm sure you've watched a movie and saw something happen and just went, oh, God! Like, yeah, now it's you.
Okay,
so
that's real weird to watch. Real weird.
He looks around. Paul is towards the front of the store speaking with Whistler at the moment. He's taking his time. Seriously, he's like, he takes your hand and literally checks each individual finger. He's going over things.
Being very thorough.
He's being very, very thorough. He checks your ribs, makes sure that they're not too far out of the way, and you've got some severe injuries on you. There are parts of bone that are sticking out of the body. Are you a talker?
Huh?
Are you a talker?
Yeah, I talk quite a lot. Sometimes too much, according to some people.
Could you not?
I can also keep a secret, yes.
Cool. He looks up at you with this deep look of concern on his face. You help me out. I really need you to not talk. And the third eye is going to open up on his forehead.
What the?
I knew it.
And his hands are laying on the more severe wounds as he starts to burst into blood tears out through that center eye. And your body
backs up and it's just kind of like...
Your body starts to mend itself. You actually kind of feel your soul being slowly pulled back in. And it is up to you whether or not you are going to specifically go in there.
Wouldn't I still be in torpor?
Good question. You can fight it. There's no test. But it is up to you.
She's this is all weird and new, so she's probably going to try and avoid it.
Cool. Your body looks almost brand new when he takes his hands off you. It takes him a few minutes. And he quickly goes over to the sink that you almost took a shower in the other night.
I'll say over there we can clean up.
And starts wiping. First, he actually starts scraping around his eye and licking it, trying to get as much back as possible. But then he actually grabs a hold of, he turns on the water and starts scrubbing to try to get it all off. I do need... Paul is not available. I'm going to go ahead and say that Paul and Whistler had walked out
stepped out
to have
the
this
door.
conversation. Takes him a couple minutes to clean up. And then he'll grab one of the blood bags out of that cooler. And he dries his head off. It's like, can you see? Is it taken care of? There's no mirrors in here.
No, it looks
Right.
fine.
Cool.
Just a little red from you rubbing on it. Is that what kind of discipline
Not
is that?
normal.
Yeah, no,
It's not normal.
What kind of discipline is that?
It's called Valoran.
Valor. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. I'm not really the typical.
Seems like.
Yeah. So, please just...
That's...
I know that's asking a lot, especially with everything, and God knows I owe you more than anything else, but please don't say anything. Because, like, people freak the fuck out.
Yeah, I can understand why. But yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Thank you.
Like, you've done me a good turn now to figure out if I get... This is the first time this has happened to me,
yeah,
too,
no.
so I don't know what the normal anything is, or...
He's going to walk over to that cooler and take another one of the blood bags out, and he pops the lid in 2 pieces, and there's an entire set of, like, to make like it's like a little phlebotomy set. He's going to just take that, he's going to feed it into your arm, and then hang it up and let you get washed through with that blood. You're not going to be as hungry when you wake up, and that blood right there, you just pretty much blame the rest of it on that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's weird stuff. We don't know what the hunters did to it. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
We have a deal.
Cool.
Okay.
Can I see out of the
Yeah.
third one? Yeah, I can, actually.
That's gonna be really weird.
You'll hear his door thing go back off.
What
damn
the
kid
fuck
didn't
was
even-
that?
That's the chime they got
What?
on the front door. It's
Oh, okay.
supposed
You walk in.
He chases off evil
I
spirits.
need you to throw a composure plus resolve check when you walk
Oh
in.
no.
Are you sure she's already just running her mouth?
I need a willpower check.
The whole place smells real interesting, that's my guess.
Lord have mercy. I forgot you were doing that.
Don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Gotta follow with the bangs.
Does that make it another one?
Is there a 1?
There are 2 successes.
Okay, you walk in and oh my god, the best blood you have ever smelled in your entire life. You don't want to not frenzy on this, but you can control yourself. What was that?
I completely forgot what I was saying.
He's gonna come.
Did he spray something in here?
He's using one of the weird blood pack things on my body, and it's doing some... Seems to really be working some miracles over here.
It's Mithric blood.
Mithric?
Yeah. That's what I hear, anyway. It's Mithric, Kindred, sample 17.
Oh, that's the MK. What? Is Mithric related to Mithras?
Mithras. That is Mithras. It's MK17, Methuselah Kindred 17.
Methuselah Kindred.
Yeah. From what I understand, it's blood of a 4th generation Kindred.
You are having a hell of a day.
Yeah, she's hooked up to an IV that's just hanging on a nail in the wall in the back. She's still a ghost, but her body's... Yeah. Her body looks amazing. Like, it's completely back together, none of the weird angles or anything like that. I set the bones, and then I set her up with some of the MK17, and it should get her right as rain.
Can you believe that little fucker didn't even watch the shop, just took off?
Who?
Okay. So...
Where'd Gramps go?
They
The
stepped
older guy,
outside.
the older guy and the dude
No,
with,
my grandfather.
Oh, Whistler? Stepped outside for a moment with
the other guy that I thought you were talking about.
Paul.
Yeah, we're not related.
Who's
Okay.
not related?
I figured you were
Paul and I are not
saying.
related.
I just
I mean,
figured you were saying Gramps.
He's a
because he was
cousin, so...
He's your cousin.
I mean, he's your cousin too, because you're my cousin.
Distantly.
Yeah, but you're still related.
I'm sorry, but I'm starting to hear banjos. What the fuck is going on?
It's a Hakata thing.
The Hakata.
All the families are related. whatever.
Okay, no, I was
It's
actually
culty, I know.
no, I was there for the beginning of that.
Were
So
you?
are you guys like
Beginning
original
of-
bloodline?
Beginning of which? What?
The Hikata?
Oh, you were at the family reunion.
No. The Hikata that are part of the Ashira were originally we had Cappadocians.
She has not been
Cappadocians,
around
yeah.
all that long as far as studies go. So.
Well, I had heard
I'm-
that the Cappadocians were going to start like collecting all the other families, like all the necromancer families. So awesome,
Yeah.
you guys are necromancers. Explains Casper. I'm sorry, I don't know any other ghosts. Like
It's
I
fine.
should.
It's fine.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, you're not here. You're staked on the other side of the town.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, I really feel bad about that. I gotta think there's got to be other like literature ghosts out there that I can.
it's
make
better
fun
than
of you.
Marley, as in Jacob Marley,
Oh, that's
who's
true.
dead
Get you
as a
some
doornail.
chains. Get you some chains.
So the bookstore across the street.
Yes.
Yeah. Feel free to read whatever if you need to brush up on dead people's stories. But if you let yourself in around the side, none of the neighbors will think you're trying to rob me, and you can just sleep in the basement.
Okay. He looks out the window. Top with the black hat books.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I have a really weird question that I never thought I would have to ask. Because we keep talking about this, and I can tell that things aren't that different. What year is it?
2022.
Okay, I've been gone for a little while,
How long?
so we'll need to catch up. 2019, actually.
There's a whole mess of newspapers down the basement.
Okay. Is everything okay east?
East,
Like, did it get worse?
East Coast or East, as in the Middle East?
East.
We haven't heard a lot out of there in a while.
It's been calming down, but that just kind of tells me that they don't want to let us know what's going on.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of stuff that like a lot. From what I understand, like everything that people are talking about happening in the Middle East with the Kindred, there's a lot of it happening in South America too, in Canada, and like parts of the U.S. Like this war thing is bigger than anybody's admitting.
Again, we don't really get as much information as we would like to have. It gets dumbed down.
Okay.
They masquerade us just as much as they masquerade humans.
Okay. Independent.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What faction dominates the city?
It's in between at the moment, to be honest
There's a
with you.
handover happening from what
Really?
I gathered.
That happens?
It was Camarilla for a good long while, and then
Okay.
But-
Spot came in, and a lot of the idiots that were already here were having some issues, and everybody just sort of started taking pot shots at one another.
Huh. All right.
From what we hear, the Camarilla are leaving, which is leaving the city to be Anarchron.
Okay, you guys didn't know what the Ashira is when I said it, so I doubt you guys know if there's like a rep.
Not a clue.
Okay. Not that I...
Who would know?
100% not that I want to go back.
That might be a good idea to check in.
Well, look, nice people. Nice people. Nicer than most of the Camarilla that I've met. But, like, they're also very set in their beliefs, which is great. But I don't share those beliefs. And I am kind of a second-class citizen in those cities, and I don't really care for that much. So it's not like I'm, like, set and fast to go find the Sultan again, or anything like that. Because, yes, that's what they call princes. But, like, I don't want to... I also don't want to step on any toes. New Kindred popping up in a city and
You
stuff.
could probably swing by the Ecstasy Lounge. Not whorehouse.
The Ecstasy Whore?
Yeah. The Ecstasy Lounge in the middle of downtown. If you swing by there, you just ask for Mr. Dracon and let whoever know that you would like to go through the channels to say
Mr.
howdy.
Dracon?
Mhm.
Is he trying to hide that he's a
No.
vampire?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
He's been here since before it was a city, more or less.
Wow. Okay, cool. I will take you up on the basement
Yeah, sure.
for a bit, if you don't mind.
It's as safe as houses.
Then I'm going to take a little walk before dawn. Kind of get my bearings on the city. But I'll be back before dawn. There's a couple hours left. And pick you up a get well soon card.
Should we
Thanks
just
again.
leave her sitting there?
I mean, she'd be fine. I wouldn't leave her here. Like,
That's what I meant.
I'm.
is there a place I can put her? That bag needs to stay elevated for a while, but
Honestly, basement as well.
cool.
This whole area was.
He's gonna scoop her up like she's nothing. Like he's actually pretty hefty. Would you mind holding the bag up?
Sure.
He actually puts her over his like fireman's hold, and
We should just look over Danielle. No, hold your own bag.
Hand passes right through it.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
He's laughing at that. But he'll walk down there and there's a bookshelf filled with lots of boxes. You can hear a lot of yelling from that. There's most of it's Sal. Yeah. A lot of the yelling and profanity is coming from Sal. The rest of the yelling and screaming is coming from the other ones telling him to shut up. But
Oh my gosh, it is noisy down here.
you really don't catch anything. Like with the grave dirt, you can't catch anything.
I thought it was loud before.
From which direction?
The shelves, the boxes.
Which particular one?
Oh yeah, no.
There's a shrine down here, a set up altar. There is a couple of older couches. It's like couches that were upstairs at one point, but he didn't want to get rid of them. He just kind of brought them down here. A couple chairs. And then there's like a huge, heavy wooden door that's probably been here since the 1800s that leads down into like a root cellar kind of situation. He is gonna lay down on one of the couches. He's gonna look around. This is a lot different than what I'm used to. No, none of that bothers me or anything like that. It's just more of they're not as private about their religious practices. Like when you go to, I guess, what you would consider an Elysium kind of thing, there's a church service first.
Huh.
So
You should read up on the history of Portland a little bit. It has a lot to do with things. You just learn to be quiet.
I can understand that. I really can. Everybody's got their secrets.
Middle
So.
East, I imagine.
Also, there's
So are
boxes here. I
you-
don't think he wants it disturbed. So.
Are you able to point out who's screaming and hollering?
Yeah,
Come over to my place.
No, leave them. It's Whistler stuff. Don't touch it.
Well, she doesn't. I mean, does she have to stay near her body?
I'm going upstairs and away from all this nonsense.
Fair enough.
It is so weird to be in the Shadowlands. Everything looks exactly the same, but messed up. Everything is rotten. Everything is falling apart. It's
Do you want to go through my
awful.
box of fetters? Might be interesting over there.
Clothes.
Uh-huh.
I got this pea coat, and that's it. I really need
Clothes.
clothes.
Yes, he needs clothes.
Oh, yeah. I've got probably 2 or 3 boxes down in the basement from whatever the neighborhood kids and adults
That would be awesome.
ends up at the church.
That way I can get
eventually.
this back to Big Guy.
Lorenzo.
Was Lorenzo supposed to meet us here?
He
thought
looks
so.
like a Lorenzo.
That was
I
phone
mean-
number.
Ring, 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 ring.
He's not picking up.
Fuck it. It's gonna answer. Hello.
Hello.
Hattie. It's been
You
a long
have
time.
me at a disadvantage, sir. What is your name?
It's Alex. It's
Trebek?
Alexander McCarthy.
Oh, Mr. McCarthy, what a pleasure. I was actually calling for Lorenzo.
I know. Figured.
Is that a problem?
No, not at all. He's unavailable at the moment.
Oh, I see. And when will he be available?
As soon as I pull this wood out of his chest.
I didn't mean to interrupt you at a personal moment. Yeah, I'll just get back to your fun then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Click. He has staked Lorenzo.
McCarthy.
Yeah, you heard me. You want to go grab Grandpaps?
Yeah. When is dawn?
Cavalry's coming.
I'm gonna start
Hour and a half.
blowing up Levi's phone, and
Hour.
You're not going to get an answer on Levi's.
I figured, but it's what she would do is try to.
Yeah.
We have an hour.
You know,
and
if
a half
I
to
end up
dawn.
finding out in character that Levi turned me in, I'm going to have to
We're
kill
gonna
a
have to
character.
hurry because
Just
if he's got
nothing
religious stakes,
personal.
what's he gonna be doing with him?
But
Well, that's
I'm
not
gonna
really how
have to.
politics works.
I don't.
It's okay. You can still hear everything, and he's going to
I
say
mean-
straight out that Levi's the one who turned you in.
it's okay.
McCarthy's Camarilla in a Camarilla city, and we are independent, and he's holding one of our people staked hostage. I'm pretty sure we
What?
just have to get whoever his boss is.
Which would be
Just ask Whistler who we call. He knows who all of them are.
I'll go find Whistler. Ghost is going to go look for Whistler and doors.
The door is closed. Mm-hmm. How are you going to handle that?
I am a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try this. See if I can just walk through it.
She will just stop moving and just watch.
Strangely enough, a door is a door is a door.
Okay, I thought that would work.
Do you want me to open the door for you, sugar? Don't want you getting all tuckered out.
Okay.
I figured
That's
they'd be able to just
I thought I would be able to do
Right
that too,
through.
but I just snapped my nose real
Just
good.
Danny Phantom the hell out of it, just right through the wall. Hey, Danny Phantom! Daniela! Okay, cool. We got this.
It's part of the reference.
Alright.
I'm glad the
this
two of
the
you
one
are
that was
having fun
leaking
with
out?
Lorenzo's steak, so let's put it together, shall we?
Here's the hole.
Put it
That's out of
together.
character.
I doubt it was. Nice try, though. Put it together.
There was almost a Bill and Ted moment there. Excellent. Hey,
Done
Bill,
way too well.
if we die, you can have my metal death collection. We're dead,
Dead,
Dad. No, they're yours, dude.
Actually, the line was,
Oh, my Lord.
if I die, you can have my stereo.
Yeah.
Mega Death collection. I
What
just
was it?
watched it yesterday.
I thought it was stereo in that
Nope.
one.
Mega Death collection.
That's right, because they
We're already dead.
that's
Well, then
yours.
they're yours, dude.
Excellent.
All right.
Did you watch the last one?
Huh?
Did you watch that
No,
one?
I need to. I haven't gotten a hold
Just
of it.
bend
That's-
over and open the door.
Thank
for
you.
You're welcome.
Apparently, Morbius is on Netflix now, so I'm going to watch that later.
Yeah. I haven't
That's
just,
to work.
Tonight.
I've been meaning to watch that one. Now that it's on Netflix and
Yeah. So she opens the
She
door
opens
for
the
you.
door. I go out to go find Whistler.
wow, it's flat.
That was awkward.
Yeah, it's
Like-
like,
I figured she'd be able to just go right through it.
You would think, wouldn't you? Everything over on that side is still.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's all made out of things that are real.
You are going to start fading back into the Shadowlands as you leave the store. Like you actually
maybe
can
that's
see.
why.
You can actually see the fabric of the shroud as you're passing through it. And everything gets really disturbing really quick. You are in an old mining settlement.
There's a sandworm.
You're in an old mining settlement. The ground is musty, smells like mold. The buildings are all old and wooden, collapsing on themselves.
Okay.
There's wraiths everywhere. This is a very overpopulated area right now.
Well, we kind of.
And they're all just kind of staring
Yeah.
at you. Like, you don't belong here. Like, you've gone into the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you just hear them whispering, there's one of them. You just hear them talking about how you're one of them.
Whistler.
Some of them don't look too happy to see you.
Whistler. Yeah, she's kind
What are you staring at?
backing around. Off.
There's a lot of wraiths. that all look like they want to rip her to shreds.
Should probably go back inside.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna step back into the shop.
You can talk to her. You cannot hear anything that Danielle's saying now.
They don't look happy to see me at all.
And
It look.
Well, shit.
the other guy can't see her at all
Oh,
anymore.
Whistler?
The only reason you can is because of your
Send a
sentience.
text.
You can't
Need
hear. Yeah, you can't hear what Danny's saying. You might see her, but you can't hear her. I think some of them recognize me, or at least recognize I was a necromancer.
Everything all right?
She looks uncomfortable.
I mean, she looks uncomfortable. Is she back?
She can go anywhere. Yet.
Okay. Anyway, clothes. You said down in the basement?
Yeah, just dig around to whatever boxes. Anything that says church, guaranteed is donation, clothes,
Okay.
whatnot.
Cool, thank you.
There's probably shoes in there too.
He's gonna walk out the door and start heading over.
So, text Whistler again. Still need you.
I didn't see him outside. She's kind of looking through the windows.
It has gotten to the point where he would probably be finding a place to bed down for the day. You don't know if he's coherent enough to hear his phone.
It's fine. They don't seem to want to come into the shop.
Should probably just stay inside and,
I'm
pretty sure that Whistler's sleeping already.
You can't hear me.
Can't get a hold of Levi.
Everything looks a lot darker in here,
So-
a lot messed up. This was some
Just
kind of
Don't wander.
doctor's office or cabinet maker. Either way, he had saws and there's blood on them.
But also, in addition to not wandering, watch out for holes. Holes that you could fall into. All just be aware. Okay. And stay you.
I
Stay
can hear
inside.
you.
Okay, good. Good. Don't go anywhere. Okay.
Great.
She'll get out. And message Tommy.
So, just for reference, when I get out of this, if I get out of this, I now know who I'm going to use that dragon's breath on.
Very cool. That's a hell of an exit.
There'll
I
be
like
two
that.
people.
So you're messaging Tommy? What are you messaging Tommy?
Lorenzo is a captive. Please call me back. ASAP.
Your phone will ring minutes later.
Hi. I
Hi.
don't know how long y'all are awake.
I'm not long for this
We
world.
need to send somebody to get Lorenzo right now. He's staked at McCarthy's.
Lorenzo's staked?
According to McCarthy, yes.
Motherfucker, he's like effectively my boss right now.
None of us can drive over there right now.
I don't think any of us can do anything about it right now.
Do you have any people? Like people? You just storm the freaking castle at like noon? Throw a bag over him? I don't know.
I'll see what I can work out, but I don't know if I can get anybody. Like, you guys have better chance of organizing that kind of stuff than I do right now.
Would you have like 4 million cousins that you could just send to stare at the place really intently until we can all wake up?
Everybody who owed Sal left.
Oh.
Like, there's a few of us back left here, but like, I mean, the first person that comes to my mind is Sonny Red, and he ain't going nowhere anymore. He's dead. I mean, this is the kind of thing we'd usually send Lorenzo for, but then he got embraced.
Awesome. Well, do you have any daytime walking members, said family, that can find a soul back into a body?
daytime walking necromancers?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard some stories, but no. You still feel that pull.
I might be able to.
You think you can do it yourself?
If I can get
It's the
to
weird
my
game of
body.
charades I'm playing, Tommy. See if you can get somebody to help with this Lorenzo situation.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Or if you know any high-ranking Camarilla people, can just be like, hey, personal attack. But I do not.
That's gonna take having people awake.
Yeah.
And its sun's gonna be up soon.
It may be too. If we're in the state of the sun.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But I can't, like, drive over there. It's not too late. Someone who breathes can go check. We just need to have breathing family members or some shit. At this point, I don't care if we throw the homunculi out of the damn car to make sure that he's just not sitting in the cornfield someplace. I know.
For those of us who cannot see, Daniela is just miming wildly.
Your little ghost ass has
This
way
is
more
a
of an
video thing,
advantage
not a radio
looking for
thing.
him
It
than I
really
do.
is.
I will absolutely burn you. You will only probably get killed by the other race. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
You
remind me of a
feel-
phone number of somebody I can.
You feel your body calling to you.
If you need to go over there and do something, you need me to open doors for you. Whispering doesn't
What's
mean
that,
I
Leslie?
know, that's what I'm trying to let you look for me.
What's that, Lassie? Timmy tarped out in the well?
What? Timmy's on fire. What? Tommy, I'm holding 3 conversations and I'm starting to shut down too.
I forgot we were on the phone with Tommy.
I don't know how he can, like, purposefully hold a member of the Hecata. And there's nothing we
I
can
seriously doubt this is lawful, but there's nothing we can do.
do. That's what I'm saying. Like,
before
there's,
the sun comes
there's
up.
nothing we can do, and that's insane to me. Also, I have no idea where your grandfather went. Just saying. Alright, good talk. She'll hang up. It's totally useless until the sun goes back down.
Sign language on the radio doesn't work at all.
Me think you look. Do I think you should go look for Lorenzo? Oh no, honey, I was being a smartass. You really should not leave the building. You should not leave the building, or we're gonna have to look for 2 bodies. Well, I mean, not really. What do you want me to do? I am a vampire. I don't have any friends. There's nobody I can send over there. I mean, there actually is somebody I can send over there. And then, but then I would have to kill them, because then probably the vampire thing would come up at some point. Decisions. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. If it makes you feel any better at all, it's not like Lorenzo's a good person.
He knows this, so we'll admit to it too.
One look out the window, see how many wraiths are still out there.
You guys put all the wraiths out there.
Yeah, I know. That's what she's going like, I think I recognize some of
we
these
did
people.
do that, didn't we? Yeah.
I kind of helped go like, hey, you guys are hanging out around here for a bit, right? Right.
In the Shadowlands, in the shop, everything is massively different.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because even as Hattie was interacting with you, she was fading in and out of existence. It was like she was the ghost.
Yeah.
And towards the end of it, as she's starting to leave, all you can really make out are these burning red eyes and this pulsing red circulatory system, which is terrifying.
Really kind of creepy.
But the store itself is this
Like a
ramshackled old...
butcher shop, almost?
Kind of looks like more of like a cabinet maker
Okay.
kind of thing. It's very odd in here. It's very strange. But also, most of the doors don't really exist. You could get downstairs if you wanted to.
Yeah. It does not seem safe to explore. Let's put it that way.
There's some type of strange substance, almost plant-like, fungus maybe, growing on the couch that your body was laying on. On this side. Like almost like a lichen.
Yeah. Just gotta kind of examine.
It seems lush.
that.
It seems like the only living thing here.
weird.
It's dying very quickly.
That's real weird. Like,
And every spot on the floor where his blood dripped is just this tiny little vortex hole in the floor that you can actually kind of feel a suction.
yeah. Huh. And there's weird plant lichen stuff growing
Just on the couch where you were lying.
on the couch where the body is.
Yeah, it's almost... It's roughly in the shape of you.
Yeah. And it looks like lichen, not fungi.
No, it's like a lichen.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just checking for reasons.
Yeah,
I don't know in character.
I've given you things.
Uh-huh.
It's fine.
Okay,
But yeah, it's just weird because wherever his blood dripped onto the
There's
floor
a
are
hole.
these little tiny holes that just seem to lead to nowhere.
yeah, I'm kind of looking through one to see what I can see.
If you get really far in there and like look at it, the suction's almost unbearable. You can actually almost feel your eye get ripped out of your skull if you had a skull. But it's like staring into a storm.
Yeah, pulling away from that one. Gonna have to ask.
Out
Wesley
of
about-
character, wherever his blood touched the ground where it was dripping, a tiny little nihil opens up.
Out of character, I don't know what that is.
Basically, it's a rip of the fabric of reality for the wraiths that leads right into the spirit storm.
Okay, yeah, that's very much so. I'm gonna have to ask Whistler what the
It's a
heck
little
that
window
is
into the maelstrom.
when I get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, she's probably going to surrender to that pull she's feeling
Okay.
back towards her body.
You make your way down the rickety staircase. Some of the planks are missing in the staircase on this side. You get to a very terrifying area. You're in the same basement. There's a few more support beams. And there's also chains with manacles hanging from the rafters. There's lots of strange stains on the floor, on the dirt floor. It was paved on the other side, but it's dirt here. You can see your body. It's very strange. It actually kind of opens up to you where your body is. Like it glows to you. Like it's your feather. And where that shrine is, where that altar is this massive swirling vortex that kind of looks like the little holes up there, but this is huge.
I'm kind of paused by the doorway because I felt that pull of the little one, and I don't want to get close to that thing.
The pull to your body and the pull to that vortex, it's pretty similar. You could fight either one, but you could easily just let go also. And truthfully, they're both as equally tempting. The rationality that you have,
weird mystery vortex in the Shadowland seems like a terrible
it's
plan.
like fear of the... It's
but
like Call of the Void.
Call of the Void, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how dead can you get?
Probably very.
What's the level of dead that Dan
I'm on
has
2
access
levels
to?
of dead currently. I
You
don't
are.
want to...
What's the next one?
I really wanted to know about the afterlife.
No, I kind of want a map before I go poking too much stuff, though, is the problem.
Okay.
I've kind of been thrown into...
So
that is tempting, but no.
So what do you do?
Question about the door to the root cellar.
Mm-hmm. It's still there. It looks identical.
Looks identical?
Yeah. Looks identical.
Can I open it?
On that side, yeah, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna stick my head in there.
Okay. You.
Like, I'm expecting it to be a root cellar, probably, but
it's a root cellar that has a very nice designed. It's not nice here anymore at all, but
right.
it
was once nice.
Yeah, it's an old 4-poster bed. There's an old 4-post bed in here. There's barrels that are just filled with what once was food forever ago. It's just ashes at this point. There's no moisture in the rot.
Yeah.
It's just dry, rotted vegetables.
It was, panic room. It's my rationale.
Yeah.
So many questions for Whistler. And, with that, she's going to see if she can get back into her body, see what happens.
Literally just occupying the same space. Just occupying the same space, and you're in it, and you're able to animate yourself, and you're fine. You feel completely healed. You haven't felt this well put together since before your time with Monroth, that's for sure.
Mm.
And you wake up in the cellar, next to the altar. You don't hear the screaming anymore out of the boxes.
That's better. It's almost dawn.
It's almost done.
Um,
You're not making it home.
no, that's really, I'm going to be sleeping on the couch down here.
Yeah. I think you're crashing at Whistler's.
Yeah,
tonight.
crash at Whistler. She is going to, however, throw a quick text to, well, Whistler and Hattie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. It's okay. I'm okay.
I am going to call post.
And then, yeah, she's probably going to just
I'm
crash.
going to call post. You have been pumped full of Methuselah Vitae.
Oh, no.
And next game session, you are going to have a 1-level boost to all of your disciplines.
Nice.
No ceremonies added to that, but a 1-level boost to all of your disciplines. And you are a co-rec.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Lorenzo.
so I'm going to go ahead and call post. What do you guys think about what's going on right now?
Oh, boy.
I'm trying to decide who I'm going to kill first. Hopefully it'll be McCarthy. But then I'm going to immediately after kill Levi and Principal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because snitches get stitches.